After a 4-game series in Fremont where the Sasquatch took 3 out of 4, they now head back home for a 1-game series against the Oahe Zap as they look to continue their momentum and win a 4th in their last 5 games. Hello everyone and welcome inside the press box here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. I'm Ari Wall, so glad you could join us. Well, the Sasquatch were able to win 3 out of 4 in that series against Fremont, who is second in the ILB, so certainly a good sign of things to come for this Sasquatch team. It's also Napoleon Dino Night here at the ballpark as we're celebrating the movie Napoleon Dynamite. I've got my Vote for Pedro shirt on for any of you Napoleon Dynamite fans out there, and we'll make some references to the broadcast, or references to the movie, I should say, during this broadcast. Well, the Sasquatch will look to try to continue that momentum. They take on the Oahe Zap here today. It's just a 1-game set between these two teams. They've met before, and we'll take a look about how these two teams match up with our first off-the-wall stats. Little team comparison. You see the batting average, the OPS, the runs per game, heavily favoring the Sasquatch, who've played more games this season, but certainly one thing to look out for is the stolen bases. The Sasquatch have been tough in terms of allowing stolen bases this year. Other teams have been able to run on them pretty well. The Zap with 30 stolen bases entering today's game. So see if the Sasquatch can continue that offensive momentum and come away with a win here today. Well, before today's game, I spoke with Jordan Bowman, who was a key factor in that 4-game series in Fremont, about that series, and here's what he had to say. Bowman ahead of today's game against the Oahe Zap. Jordan, first off, coming off that 4-game series in Fremont, taking 3 out of 4 games. What's the vibe on the team bus on the way back? How was that 3 out of 4 game series feel?
Oh, it was great. Vibes on the bus were immaculate. You know, just coming in, taking 3 out of 4 from Fremont after they won it all last year. So vibes are great on the bus. Everybody was just hype and should have had that 4th game, but a few slip-ups here and there and kind of lost it, but it felt great all in all.
Well, still taking 3 games out of 4, and you on the mound, coming in out of the bullpen in that game. You went 5 total innings, were able to keep the team in it until that 9th inning. Let's talk about the offense first. Javier Marcial, 9th inning, game-tying home run.
Yes, sir.
What was your reaction on the bench?
It was crazy. I called it. I had a feeling he was going to do it, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, he did it. And everybody was just hyped. So it was awesome.
And then for you, you finished it off over those final few innings in extra innings. You got that runner on second base. How does that change your mindset on the mound, especially in that bottom of the 10th inning? Team doesn't score.
Yeah.
Got to shut them down.
Yeah, getting 3 runs in that inning ahead was huge. So I didn't really have to worry about that run at all. So I just wasn't even worried about that run at all. I was just focused on getting outs.
And then not only on the pitching side of things, but also on the offensive side of things, hit your first home run of the season. I just got to ask, you do both. You pitch and you hit.
Yes,
you have a favorite?
Hitting for sure.
Hitting for sure.
Yeah,
you think your hitter version of yourself would beat your pitcher version?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Jordan. Have a great game today.
Yes, sir.
And let's hope you guys get the win.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Well,
coming off that series, the Sasquatch will try to continue that here today when they take on the Oahe Zap. And in our second of 2 off-the-wall stats, we'll take a look at 2 players who've been leading the way for both of these offenses. It's the DHs here today, Seth Nelson for the Sasquatch and Leandro Guevara for the Oahe Zap. You take a look at the numbers for them on the season. Guevara leads the league in batting average at .459. Seth Nelson doesn't qualify for the batting average right now, but he will by the end of the season. He's batting .393, stolen bases 3 aside, OPSs, both of them above 1,000. These are 2 players who've been doing it all for their 2 offenses early on in the season. The Sasquatch enter the game just 1 game under 500, while the Zap are looking to right the ship 3-12 entering today's game. Well, plenty more to come here on the Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube channel. When we return, we'll have lineups, first pitch, and baseball. It's the Sasquatch and the Zap right here on the Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube channel.
their caps, as their national anthem tonight is performed by an acoustic duo, Against the Sea.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we had the twilight's last gleam, whose hearts tears and bright stars to the we're so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, Saint as that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you once again, acoustic duo Against the Sea, with our national anthem tonight. And now let's kick off tonight's ball game.
Time for baseball here at Black Hills Energy Stadium as the Sasquatch welcome the Oahe Zap for just one game here on this Tuesday afternoon. Let's take a look at the Zap lineup and how they will line up here today. Leading it off, it'll be Jackson Mix. Aiden Johnson, the third baseman, he'll bat second. Leandro Guevara, we highlighted him in the open. He's the designated hitter and he'll bat third. Jacob Trustner will clean up. Buck Snaves bats fifth. Alec Vincent will do the catching, he'll bat sixth. Noah Wiggins bats seventh. Mike Monham will bat eighth, and then rounding out the order, Emiliano Curiel Martino will bat ninth. That lineup will try to get some offense going here on this Tuesday afternoon, and they'll be taking on the starting pitcher for the Sasquatch. It'll be Colin Anderson. We'll take a look at his numbers right now. 1-2 record on the season, a 10.26 ERA, and a whip of 1.56 and 16 innings pitched. This is his first start of the summer. Fastball slider change, mostly the combo you're going to see out of Anderson, and then in his last relief appearance, though, pitched pretty well against the Fremont Moo back on June 7th. 3 innings pitched, allowed just 1 hit, 1 walk, struck out 5, and did not allow a run. Pitched well out of the bullpen. We'll see if he can continue the success here today. As you take a look on screen as well, we've got a standoff going on here after the national anthem, as Cade Bleeker is still out there. See who else is out there. Micah Wallett, I believe, still out there, and Aiden Torpy, I think, are the 3 out there for the Sasquatch. The Zap keeping a few players out there as well. Trey Martin, and then I can't see who's to his left right now. See how this one gets resolved. Sasquatch are coming off 3 out of 4 in Fremont. They lost the series finale. They led that game in the 9th inning, but they couldn't hold on in that 9th inning to win it. A couple costly errors were the difference in that game. But still, the Sasquatch were able to take 3 out of 4 in that series, which is impressive. After a slow start to the season, got back on the right foot. They are now just 1 game under 500, 7-8 entering today's game, while the Oahe Zap are 3-12. Everybody's ready to go except for the players on the lines. Micah Wallett has abandoned his post. It's Cade Bleeker and Aiden Torpy still out there right now for the Sasquatch, and 1 player left now for the Zap, as we'll wait for this one to get resolved. Finally, the Sasquatch will win it, as it was Angel Escobar who gives in for the Zap. Bleeker and Torpy holding strong along the line. An early 1-0 victory for the Sasquatch here today. See if they can continue that with their success on the fields. Well, digging in is Jackson Mix from the left side of the plate. Colin Anderson comes home, and we're underway with the first pitch foul down the left side. Warmer day here at the ballpark. First pitch, 83 degrees here in Spearfish. With some clouds, though, feels a little bit cooler right now. It's been getting up to about 83 this whole day, but when the sun is out, definitely feels a little bit warmer. Right now, we're in a bit of cloud cover, so pretty comfortable 83 degrees right now. Anderson's 0-1. He is grounded foul. Count goes to 0-2 here on Jackson Mix. Mix on the season, a 10 for 41 start to the year. That's a 244 batting average. 8 runs scored out of the leadoff spot for Jackson Mix. 0-2. Swing and a miss. A 3-pitch strikeout to begin the ball game for Colin Anderson as he sets down Jackson Mix for the first out. Let's take a look at the Sasquatch defense behind Colin Anderson and how they will line up. It's Patrick Rakes out in left, Braden Gasticia's in center, Lane Simon right. The infield third to first, Darnell, Cook, Bachman, and Finn. And behind the plate, it is Chance Green catching Colin Anderson. First pitch in there for a strike on Aiden Johnson, third baseman today for the Zap. 0-1 drops just high. Count goes even on Johnson. 6 for 25 start to the year for Aiden Johnson. He's played in 11, now 12 games on the season for the Zap. 1-1 just misses. This is the Zap's 16th game of the season. Sasquatch the same, 7-8 record for Spearfish. The Zap at 3-12. 2-1. Swing and a miss as he's way out in front of the breaking ball. Mentioned mostly what you're going to see from Anderson. Fastball. He's got a fastball, two-seam fastball. And then the slider and changeup, primarily the pitch mix from Colin Anderson. Doesn't get a swing on the pitch tailing outside. Count goes full. Certainly want to avoid putting runners on base for the guy on deck. We'll get to him when he comes up. Here's the 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Did not make contact. They'll have to throw to first. And they will to complete the strikeout. 2 up, 2 down, 2 strikeouts swinging for Colin Anderson. That brings up Leandro Guevara. Talked about him in our off-the-wall stats, comparing him and Seth Nelson, but Guevara's been leading the team. Although they're at a 3-12 record and the offense hasn't been great, Guevara has 17 hits in 37 tries. That's a .459 batting average, best in the ILB. Take strike one, .459, on-base percentage of .565 and an OPS of 1,160. 0-1 outside. Count even here on Guevara as Colin Anderson's trying to work a clean first inning. Anderson's last outing in Fremont, by far his best. Out of the bullpen. Getting the job on the bump to start here today as this ball's grounded to short. Cook across the diamond throws out Guevara. An easy 1-2-3 first inning for Colin Anderson. Sasquatch bats coming to the plate. No score through the top of the first.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
Getting set here for the bottom of the first inning. Sasquatch bats coming to the plate. We'll look at how they'll line up. Ryan Bachman in the familiar spot of leadoff. Braden Gestisha bats second. Seth Nelson DHing. He'll bat third. Kyle Finn will clean up in the fourth spot. Patrick Rakes bats fifth. Dylan Darnell sixth. Lane Syme with some power at the bottom of the order. He'll bat seventh. Chance Green will do the catching. He bats eighth. And Danny Cook, the shortstop, rounds out the order batting ninth. That lineup takes on the starting pitcher for the Oahe Zap, as it's Jacob Swallow, who's pitching in his fourth game of the season. He started 3 previously, so this is his fourth start. Enters today a 9.22 ERA, 1.90 whip. He has allowed 17 hits and 14 earned runs in 13 2/3 innings pitched. We'll look to have a better outing here today as he's going up against a tough Sasquatch order who's been swinging the bats well in that series against Fremont. Bats came to life with a lot of home runs. It was a bit of a smaller ballpark, much smaller ballpark, with the wind blowing out there, as I was told from head coach Justice Scott. But still, home runs are home runs, and putting up a lot of runs is always a good sign. We'll see if they can continue the momentum as they're back here at home for this one-game set against the Zap. Ryan Bachman takes inside for ball one. Well, Bachman is continuing to be a force at the plate. First on the team in quality at-bats at 42. That's why he's in the leadoff spot. 42 quality at-bats, and doing so in 56 at-bats on the season. 71 plate appearances. So you see the numbers for him on the screen. We told you this was Napoleon Dino night at the ballpark, celebrating Napoleon Dynamite, and you can see there on our lower thirds for the hitters, vote for Pedro, that red color theme. For any of you who are familiar with the movie, that'll make sense. If you're not, then go watch the movie. It's funny, and why not? 2 balls and 1 strike here on Ryan Bachman, who tries to get the Sasquatch offense starting in this bottom of the first. That's in there for strike 2. Count even here on Bachman. We mentioned him, and you saw the numbers. Batting average above 300 at 321. On base percentage close to 500 as well. 12 runs scored. First on the team in a whole lot of categories. That's inside here on Bachman. Count goes full. Three balls and 2 strikes here on Ryan Bachman, who has reached base safely in each of the first 14 games he has played in this season. Trying to do it early in the first, and he won't as he goes down swinging on the fastball upstairs. Good start to the game for Swallow as he strikes out Bachman swinging for out number 1. Let's take a look at the Zap defense and how they'll line up behind Swallow. Wiggins, Monum, and Curiel Montijo in the outfield. On the infield, it's Johnson, Snobs, Mix, and Trusner. And then Vincent is behind the plate catching Swallow. Snabs. Gestisha fouls the first pitch right back to the screen. Quickly 0-1 here on Gestisha. He struggled at the plate as of late. Started off the season 4 for 16, but he's just 1 for his last 18, lowering his batting average down to 147 on the season, but he still worked good at bats. That's why he's in that second spot in the order. He sees a lot of pitches every time he's up. This time he goes after the 0-1 and hits one out into right center field. Monum will make the catch in center to retire Gestisha for out number 2. Spotlight Seth Nelson here and what he did against the Fremont Mood. Take a look at this pitch on the inner part of the plate. Crushes a 3-run home run. Sasquatch were already in top by a large. He had himself a really nice series out in Fremont, continuing a strong start in his return to the Sasquatch. Came over after playing for them last year, and he hasn't missed a beat in his second summer with the team, as that pitch is upstairs in his. Remember, he joined the team late, but he's still first on the team in RBIs at 13. First in batting average as well at 393. And in that series against Fremont, he was 6 for 15 with a homer, 8 RBIs, and 6 runs scored. Had himself a really nice 4-game set. Ball and a strike here on Seth Nelson as we're just getting underway here. Zap and Sasquatch on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Colin Anderson set down the first 3 Zap hitters in order in the top of the first. As Jacob Swallow trying to do the same thing to the Sasquatch in the bottom half. Ball and a strike. That sails inside. 2-1 now here on Seth Nelson. Nelson, this is his 9th game played on the season. Talk about the RBIs, first on the team with 13. He's recorded an RBI in 6 of 8 games this season. A lot of them by sac flies, home runs, getting it done any way he needs. He's the guy you want up with runners on base, that's for sure, as the count is 3 balls and a strike here on Seth Nelson. Kyle Finn waiting on deck. 3-1 from Swallow. Hit in the air center field. This is pretty well struck. Going back is Monum. He's still going back, and it's over his head. Nelson around first. He'll head for second. Takes a turn around second, but he'll stop right there with a double. A 2-out double here in the bottom of the first inning gives the Sasquatch their first base runner. And now Kyle Finn will come to the plate trying to give the Sasquatch their first run. Just a good swing there from Seth Nelson. Pretty looking swing from the left side of the plate. That's what he does when he's up at the dish. That'll improve his batting average now, as he might end today with a batting average above 400 if he keeps swinging the bat like that. Kyle Finn will now dig in. A tall righty. Saw the numbers on the screen there. 348 batting average. And he's right behind Seth Nelson in RBIs. He's got 12. Maybe he's got 13. As this one's up the middle and into center field, he will get number 13. Seth Nelson around third. He'll score. And the Sasquatch have an early 1-0 lead thanks to an RBI single by Kyle Finn. So after 2 outs to begin the ball game, it takes the Sasquatch just 2 pitches, a double, and then a single for Kyle Finn. Brings home Seth Nelson for the first run of the ball game. Sasquatch jump out on top to an early 1-0 lead. Brings up Patrick Rakes now to the dish. Rakes digging in from that left side of the plate. He's had himself a pretty good summer as well at the plate. Finn takes off on the first pitch, and Rakes hits one into right center field. That's going to get down and split the outfielders. Kyle Finn is headed for third. He's going to get the wave home from head coach Justice Scott. The throw is bobbled on the infield, and Kyle Finn will score. Sasquatch attacking the first pitches, and Patrick Rakes has himself an RBI double. Kyle Finn was running on the pitch, and he scores from first, and it's 2-0 Spearfish. Not wasting any time on the first pitch, Patrick Rakes follows suit with Kyle Finn, both going after the first pitch, and they'll both pick up RBIs on their hits. 2 runs on the board here in this bottom of the first inning. That brings up the third baseman, Dylan Darnell. See if Darnell jumps on the first pitch. He will not, as it sails up and away, ball 1. See what Darnell's doing on the season. 273 batting average for the infielder, but an on-base percentage 500 for Dylan Darnell. 1-0 from Swallow. Upstairs. 2-0 now here on Darnell. So he started off this inning striking out Bachman, got a fly out to Braden Gastisha. And then Seth Nelson a double. Kyle Finn single on the first pitch, and Patrick Rakes a double on the first pitch. Had the Sasquatch on top early, 2-0. 3 balls and no strikes here on Dylan Darnell. Lane Syme waiting on deck. Crowd still filing into the ballpark here on this Napoleon Dino night. First of 3 home games here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. The next 2 will be against the Hastings Sodbusters. This the only meeting between these 2 right now. Here on this Tuesday afternoon, 3 balls and a strike after Swallow finds the zone. Darnell trying to extend this first inning. Big hole on the left side of the infield. The shortstop snabs, covering Rakes at the bag. Pitch is in there for a strike, full count. Jacob Swallow looking for out number 3 here on Dylan Darnell. Keep the Sasquatch at bay. Here's his 3-2. And it's down low, ball 4. Fourth straight base runner reaching here with 2 outs for the Sasquatch. That's got to be an encouraging sign for this coaching staff. As a 2-out rally already results in 2 runs. And now Lane Syme will dig in. 2 outs. Patrick Rakes on second, Dylan Darnell on first. And Lane Syme will come to the dish. Before that series in Fremont, pardon me, actually him and Ryan Bachman both had home runs before that series in Fremont, but Sasquatch would then hit 6 in that series against Fremont. Still Lane Syme, a threat at the dish, certainly with the power, as he has 5 hits this season. He's 5 for 22, and 4 of those 5 hits have gone for extra bases. Swings and misses there on the 0-1. Double, triple, and 2 home runs. Still has the team lead there in home runs at 2. Now the count here 0-2 with 2 on and 2 outs. Swallows pitch is fouled right over our heads. We'll do it again here 0-2. Colin Anderson worked a quick 1-2-3 top of the first inning. He's getting a lot of time to rest before he'll go out there for the the top of the second inning. Meanwhile, Swallows had to work here in this bottom of the first as he'll throw his 25th pitch of the inning. On the 0-2, it's lofted into left center field. Long run out in left for Wiggins. Going back on is the shortstop snabs, and it'll drop. Patrick Rakes will come home. The throw comes home, and it gets away from the catcher, Vincent. Syme will advance to second. It'll be an RBI single for Lane Syme, bringing home Patrick Rakes. Darnell advances to third. And a 2-out rally continues here for the Sasquatch in this bottom of the first. So 5 straight batters reaching here with 2 away. As the 8th hole hitter, Chance Green, will now come to the plate. Green would love to get a hit here as he's had a bit of a slow start to the season, batting average of .207, 6 for 29 to begin the summer. Takes ball 1. Despite that slow start, he's hit safely in each of his last 3 games. And across those 3 games, he's reached base safely in 7 of 14 plate appearances, so certainly having a better last 3, trying to continue it here today. He takes a strike on the corner here, now count even on Green. Sasquatch threatening to bring all 9 to the plate, as Danny Cook is the only guy who has not come to the dish yet in this first inning, the 9-hole hitter waiting on deck. Here's the 1-1 from Swallow. Swing and a miss. Green couldn't catch up to it. 1-2. 4 hits, a walk, all of it with 2 outs. The Sasquatch have 3 runs already in. Darnell at third, Lane Syme at second. Threatening for more here in this first. 1-2 on the way. In the dirt, and it's blocked behind the plate by Vincent. Certainly an unorthodox windup from Swallow, as he sort of has the hitch in the delivery. You can see that front foot towards that first base side as a lefty, trying to get some deception as the numbers almost come square as a hitter. Here's the 2-2 from Swallow, and it's hit in the air to left center field and pretty well struck. Monham going back, still back, and he makes the catch. What a play out in center field by Mike Monham. That takes away 2 runs off the board from the Sasquatch, who were threatening to add on in this bottom of the first inning. Still, Sasquatch bring home 3 runs on 4 hits. They leave 2 runners on. Headed to the second here. Sasquatch on top early.
Jet Rogers at Peak Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance. We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today and let's get you to your peak.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice try.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
Road trips are measured in miles of uncontrollable laughter, comfortable silence, and new memories. And for 50 years, Super 8 has been there for wherever your journey takes you. So when the open road calls for a good night's rest, you can depend on Super 8's modern rooms at over 2,000 locations. Plus, earn Wyndham Rewards points for every stay. Super 8, one of 24 trusted brands by Wyndham. See you on the road.
Jacob Trustner will lead off the top of the second inning with the Sasquatch now in front 3-0 thanks to 3 runs all coming with 2 outs in that bottom half of the first inning. Colin Anderson with a bit of a lead now will pitch in this top of the second and throw a first pitch upstairs to Jacob Trustner. Between half innings as well, the Sasquatch shouted out a birthday on the team, Cade Bleeker, who we had here up in the booth already this season, celebrating his 20th birthday here today. So happy birthday to Cade Bleeker. Really nice catch there on the first base side by a young fan. Caught that ball on a fly. 20th birthday for Cade Bleeker. Stick around as well in the bottom half of the fifth as we'll have yet another player joining us up in the booth. It'll be Javier Marcial. We'll spend some time with me up in the booth as this bat is shattered on a ground ball to short. Cook will throw to first to retire Trustner for out number 1. Finish off that thought. Javier Marcial, who had a walk-off pinch hit, or pardon me, it wasn't a walk-off, a game-tying pinch hit home run in the top of the 9th inning in the series against Fremont. Certainly excited to talk to him about that moment and about the early start to the season. He'll join us for the bottom of the 5th inning, so stick around for that. 1 up, 1 down here in the second. Jacob Trustner grounding out, and Buck Snabs comes to the plate as the first pitch is upstairs on Snabs, 1-0. Snabs, the starting shortstop today for the Zap. Quickly ahead in the count here, 2-0. Snabs has struggled a bit at the plate, 7 for 39 at the dish. This is his 11th game played. Batting average sitting at just 179 to begin the season. He also is a threat on the base pass. He's 3 for 3 on stolen base attempts, and we highlighted as well when we compared these two teams, the stolen base battle, as it has been all year long, favors the opponent, whoever the Sasquatch are playing. They usually are able to run on the Sasquatch and do so with some good efficiency. See if that's a game plan for the Zap, if and when they get some runners on base here against Colin Anderson. Count 3-1 on Snabs, and he yanks the fastball outside. First base runner of the game for Oahe. It's a 1-out walk to Buck Snabs, and that brings up the catcher, Alec Vincent. So Vincent has had his struggles at the dish as well. He's only played 4 games. This is now his 5th, but 2 for 15 to begin the season. Batting average of 133. Pitch inside here. 1-0. Something to watch with Colin Anderson is that walks. He has lost his control at some points in this season. He's got great strikeout stuff, already 2 on the day. but he has had his struggles hitting batters and walking batters early on in the season. Last time out against Fremont was much better against those Moo hitters. Faced 11, got through 3 innings, only allowing 2 to reach. Tired 9 of those 11 batters. This one's chopped to third, might be a tough play. Darnell looks at second, and he'll go to first for the sure out to retire Vincent for out number 2. Snabs goes to second. And now 2 away here in the second. Brings up the left fielder, Noah Wiggins. Wiggins in that 7th spot in the order. 8 for 40 to begin the season, a batting average of 200. On base percentage of 347. Thanks to more walks than strikeouts. 8 walks to 7 strikeouts to begin the season for Wiggins. He goes after the first pitch and hits it to short. Cook on the backhand throws across the diamond, and thankfully Kyle Finn is a tall first baseman. Doesn't have to leave his feet to retire Wiggins for out number 3. Zap get their first base runner on a 1-out walk, but they'll leave Snabs stranded. Zap trail this one 3-0. We're headed to the bottom of the second.
Road trips are measured in miles of uncontrollable laughter, comfortable silence, and new memories. And for 50 years, Super 8 has been there for wherever your journey takes you. So when the open road calls for a good night's rest, you can depend on Super 8's modern rooms at over 2,000 locations. Plus, earn Wyndham Rewards points for every stay. Super 8, one of 24 trusted brands by Wyndham. See you on the road.
Take your sports wagering experience to the next level at BetLodge Sportsbook, the premier sports betting venue in South Dakota. Surrounded by luxury seating, our massive 42-foot seamless video wall is the largest in the area, displaying all of your favorite NFL and college football. Place your bets with our sports desk personnel or visit our easy-to-use betting kiosk 24 hours a day. The best place to touch down and catch the game is at BetLodge Sportsbook, located inside the lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
Nine-hole hitter Danny Cook will lead off the bottom of the second inning for the Sasquatch after another clean inning worked on the mound by Colin Anderson. It'll be Danny Cook, who just recently joined the team last week, straight out of high school before he's even played a game in college just yet. Already getting some opportunity against college guys here this summer. He had himself a really nice career in high school. That's why he's committed to Pepperdine University. You saw the numbers for Cook so far to begin the season. Batting average of just 200 in limited time so far, but his high school numbers certainly tell the story. Batting average of .516 in his senior year at Lewis Palmer. 3 home runs, 21 extra base hits in 27 games played. Seen him on the left side of the infield for the most part since he joined the team. Third base and shortstop, where the Sasquatch now have a couple options there on that left side. Micah Coleman's been playing really well at shortstop as well. Matthew Gonzalez at short. Dylan Darnell, of course, playing third today, and Danny Cook is the shortstop for today's game. 9-1-2 in the order. It's Cook, Bachman, and Gastisha after the Sasquatch sent 8 to the plate in the first, scoring 3 runs, all of them coming with 2 outs. Cook takes on 3-0, and it's in there for a strike. 3 balls and a strike. Swallow had to work in that first inning through 30 pitches just to get 3 outs. Gets Cook to pop up on the first base side. We'll see if it stays in play for Tresner, and it does. Jacob Trusner with a basket catch in foul territory to retire Danny Cook for out number 1. brings up the leadoff hitter, Ryan Bachman. Bachman struck out his first time up. Talked about how good he's been in his 4th year for the Sasquatch. Reached base safely in each of the first 14 games this season. Batting average above 300, first in the team in several categories, top 3 in almost everything. As he hits one well out to the deepest part of the yard in center field. Monham still going back, and he's a few steps in front of the track to make the catch. Unfortunately for Bachman, he just hit it to the deepest part, 400 feet out in center field. And that will wind up as a long out number 2. So just like the first inning, Swallows able to get 2 outs to begin the half inning. But in the first, the Sasquatch were able to put together 2-out rally and bring home 3 in the inning. It'll be Braden Gastisha who flew out his first time up, who will try to jumpstart a 2-out rally. Takes strike 1. Gastisha grounds one along the first base side. It's fair. Trusner will try to flip to first, and it's not in time. Swallow late to cover. Trusner was unable to get to the bag in time. His only play was to try to give it to Swallow, who was coming over from the mound, and Gastisha is able to beat it out. Now we'll keep this second inning alive as it's a single for Gastisha. Brings up Seth Nelson to the plate. Showed you what he did his first time up in that series against Fremont with his 3-run home run as part of a big series on the road in Fremont. He's been one of the Sasquatch's best hitters since arriving to the team a few weeks into the season. He goes after the first pitch and hits another one hard out to center field. Bonham, who's gotten a lot of action in this game already. That's the same spot he hit the first one. This time Bonham playing him a little bit deeper. Hauls it in for out number 3. Sasquatch get another hit, but they'll leave him stranded. We've played 2 here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. 3-0 Sasquatch.
Health, orthopedics, and sports medicine is here when you need us. On the gridiron or the grill. For touchdown dancers. In the home team. For the extreme or the everyday. Feeling the burn or feeling the love. Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for everyday athletes like you. Watch out, she's still going. Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines to support our local athletes. At our clinic locations throughout the region. And at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to make an appointment. We're here when you need us. Working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Here for whatever moves you.
Mike Monham leads off the top of the 3rd inning, and Monham's had quite a busy day already through 2 innings in the outfields before he even comes to the plate. A lot of balls have been hit out to center field or left center. The Sasquatch have hit the ball hard so far off of Swallow. Tacking on 3 runs all in that bottom of the 1st inning. And now we're in the top of the 3rd as Colin Anderson will face 8-9-1 in the order. Starting here with Mike Monham. The Zap got their first base runner of the game on a walk in the 2nd inning. A hard ground ball to 3rd. Darnell to the dive. Throw to 1st is going to be wild. Kyle Finn's able to make the stab, but that'll probably go down as a hit for Mike Monham. Is a really tough play there at 3rd base for Dylan Darnell, who was even able to get to that baseball. Just not able to make the throw across the diamond. Can't blame him. It's an infield single, the first allowed by Colin Anderson. The 9-hole hitter, Emiliano Curiel Montijo, will now bat. Last batter to face Colin Anderson here in his first time through the order. First pitch, a strike to Curiel Montijo. Oh, one's grounded to short. We'll see if they can turn two. Cook to second for one. On to first. In time. Double play. 6-4-3. Cook to Bachman to Finn. And that single is erased from Mike Monham. And now two away, bases empty as the lineup flips back over to the top for Jackson Mix. So Jackson Mix, who struck out his first time up. Colin Anderson struck out Mix and Johnson to begin the ball game. Doesn't have a strikeout since then, but trying to work through a third scoreless inning. Strikeouts the least of the team's worry right now. Just looking for another shutdown frame. Keep the Sasquatch in front. As Anderson has worked an efficient 2 2/3, only 28 pitches to this point. Swing and a miss as he's way out in front. Mix is behind here, 0-2. It's Colin Anderson trying to face 10 batters through 3 innings. Looking to get Mix right here, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Jackson Mix down on strikes for a second time. Anderson needs to face just 3 in this third inning. A quick 3 up, 3 down inning for Colin Anderson. Zap get their first hit, but a double play erases that threat. Sasquatch will lead at 3-0 when the bats come to the plate in the bottom of the third.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
When you venture to Spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a Spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
Macero's, it's the staff. The culture is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Spot On has greatly reduced the time our managers spend on scheduling. The biggest advantage is its tip management. At a touch of a button, it instantly allocates tip pooling and tip splitting.
Our employees love it that as soon as we've done the tip distribution, they can see what they made yesterday. It's real straightforward. What you see is what you get, and that's what you want working in a restaurant. And with Spot On, you've got everything there at the tip of your fingers.
4, 5, 6 in the order for the Sasquatch, beginning with Kyle Finn. Patrick Rakes and Dylan Darnell are the next two scheduled hitters here in this bottom of the third. Sasquatch still lead this one 3-0 as Finn takes down low for ball 1. Trying to work through some technical difficulties here behind the scenes with our center field camera. Told you it's a hot day at the ballpark and technology doesn't really like heat, so we're going to blame it on that, as maybe the camera's getting a little bit too warm. Hopefully, we'll get those up and running at full strength as this game moves along. 2 balls and no strikes on Kyle Finn. Swallow's done a good job getting the first 2 batters of the inning. Did it in the first and the second inning. But in that first inning, the Sasquatch were able to mount a 2-out rally, bring home 3 runs in that frame. Kyle Finn was a part of that RBI single in the first inning brought home Seth Nelson for the first run of the game. 2 balls and a strike here on Kyle Finn. As Finn grounds one to second. Mix, it goes off his glove and it trickles into right field. Kyle Finn will stop at first, probably an error on Jackson Mix, allowing Kyle Finn to reach. So Finn is aboard for the second time in 2 at-bats as he starts the offense here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Patrick Rakes will now come to the plate. Rakes hit a hard hit double into right center field his first time up. Brought home Kyle Finn. In the dirt, ball 1. Patrick Rakes has been a little bit more quiet since the calendar flipped over to June. He was off to a hot start in May, but over his last 5 entering today, he was just 3 for 16. Prior to that, in those first 7 games he played, he was 12 for 30, so the batting average from 400 to 187 from the switch of the calendar, but able to get on the right foot today with an RBI single, trying to make it a second hit here against the lefty as he hits one hard out to left field. This will drift out of play. Count goes to 1-1 here on Patrick Rakes. Getting the start with a lefty on the mound. Kyle Finn not really a threat to steal at first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Sasquatch lead this one 3-0. Swallow still on the mound. Drops in a strike to get ahead of Rakes here 1-2. Jacob Swallow, for the most part, has avoided the barrel in that first inning. A couple hard hit balls in the second, a couple hard hit flyouts, but he's been able to work ahead of hitters for the most part. Has just struggled to get the 3rd and final out of these innings. This time the Sasquatch trying to get him early in the inning with a leadoff base hit. Swallow comes set after a check-in on Finn. And now will come home with a 1-2. And Rakes is out in front of the off-speed pitch. He goes down swinging. Second strikeout of the game for Jacob Swallow. Retires Rakes. And that's the first out here in the 3rd. Brings up Dylan Darnell, the only batter who Jacob Swallow has walked today. Walked in that first inning, of course, with 2 outs. First pitch to Darnell is swung on and missed upstairs. 0-1 here on Darnell. Getting towards that bottom 3rd in the order. Darnell, the 6th hole hitter for the Sasquatch. Kyle Finn still aboard at first after a leadoff error. Here's the 0-1. Down low. Count even on Darnell. Darnell's been a pretty consistent player for the Sasquatch so far this summer. 6 for 22, batting average of .273. He's walked quite a bit. 7 walks now, 8. As his batting or his on-base percentage entering today was .500. That's gone up. And he hits one out to center field. Another play from Monum as he'll go back and make the catch. And the Sasquatch have made Monum retreat on quite a few balls already this game. Puts it away to retire Darnell. And now Lane Syme will come to the plate. Syme was the 4th and final hit in that bottom half of the first inning. His RBI single on a little blooper into left center field brought home Patrick Rakes. And the first pitch to Syme is popped up above our heads. That'll be strike 1. After a tough first inning for Swallow, trying to work through a second scoreless frame, keep this game at 3-0 in favor of the Sasquatch. Colin Anderson's been really good. His counterpart for the Sasquatch has gone 3 scoreless. He'll be out there again on the 4th. Kyle Finn takes off. The throw is wide. Cut off behind us. Snabs able to make a play with a bare hand. A stolen base for Kyle Finn. Well, I told you he wasn't necessarily a speed threat, but gets it done there with the legs. Off of a lefty as well. Just going on first move, and he comes up with a stolen base. Now he's in scoring position here ahead of an 0-1 to Lane Syme. Syme smokes one foul. Check that, the count is a ball and 2 strikes now here on Syme. Sasquatch are 5 for 7 with 2 outs in this game so far through 2 innings. Trying to get another 2-out base hit here. Lane Syme at the dish. Finn off of second. Syme spoils one foul. Keep it here at 1-2. Lane Syme with a lot of power from the right side of the plate. 2 home runs. One of them came at this ballpark. The other was on the road in Casper. Swallow comes home. And the slider is left outside. Count goes even here on Syme. Good crowd here on hand here at the ballpark. One of the better I think we've seen so far. So we've got some road fans coming and making the trip from Oahe, only about 3 hours away. So if you're a fan of Oahe watching the stream, glad you could join us here on YouTube. Syme hits one hard out to left field, and that's going to get down in left center field. Wiggins can't get there. Syme is racing for second. He's in there standing up. And how about that for Lane Syme? 6 hits on the season. It's his 5th extra base hit, an RBI double. He's got 2 RBIs already on the day, a single and a double. And the Sasquatch have a 4-0 lead. Lane Syme, when he hits the ball, it's a good bet it's going for extra bases as he splits the left center gap to tack on another run here with 2 outs again. So 6 for 8 now the Sasquatch are with 2 outs in this ball game. Something to note as a bit of a storyline to begin this ball game. Chance Green will try to keep that going as he digs in now. 8th hole hitter, the catcher for the Sasquatch, is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center as he takes a big swing and miss on the first pitch. A lot of balls going to the outfield off the bats of the Sasquatch today. So they have timed up Swallow pretty well. A lot of balls going to center field, showing you their timing on that fastball is right on. Not really getting fooled by these pitches. Good sign for an offense that had a good series in Fremont, as this team looks to get back to 500, entering today 7-8. They dropped the first 4 games of the season in Casper, but since then have looked like a different team. 1-1. In on the hands. That's foul. Ball and 2 strikes now here on Chance Green. So 1 run already in here in this bottom half of the 3rd inning, giving the Sasquatch a 4-0 lead. 3 runs in the 1st, 1 here in the 3rd. Zap with no hits, or 1 run, no hits, no runs on 1 hit through 3 innings. 1-2, outside. Can't even hear on Chance Green. Seen Green and Brinkley Evans be rotating a lot of the time as catchers. We saw Jake Dempsey for the first time get an opportunity to catch against Fremont. And then just joining the team back from last year, Nolan Ackerman is back on the roster. So expect to see him as well getting some opportunities as a catcher. Gives the Sasquatch theoretically 4 catchers got to be tough. I mean, you only get one off day. Evans and Green were just basically going one off the other. Having to switch off every other day, but hopefully some more rest days in their futures. Here's a 2-2. Off-speed pitch, fouled away. Nice at-bat here by Chance Green to keep this going. As he is forcing the pitch count up here on Jacob Swallow, who's now up to 53 pitches on the day. Trying to work through a third inning. Here's Swallows 2-2. And it's upstairs, ball 3. Really nice at-bat here by Chance Green. 2 strikes early in the at-bat, a ball and 2 strikes. A lot of foul balls, making it a 3-ball count. Now an opportunity to walk, extend the inning for Danny Cook, who waits on deck. Long pause, 3-2. Swing and a miss. Swallow wins the battle with Chance Green as he goes down on strikes, second strikeout of the inning. But the Sasquatch bring home a run after an error to Kyle Finn to begin the inning. Lane Syme brings him home with a 2-out double, and the Sasquatch tack on another. We've played 3. Sasquatch on top, 4-0.
Spot-on teamwork saves me so much time. I haven't spent a single minute in my back office this week. Teamwork simplifies employee communications, scheduling, tip-outs, and payroll. It even syncs with my POS, so I know my data is accurate. All right, tips are out. In fact, teamwork has saved me so much time, I was able to take today off to film this.
Cut! Now remember, you really hate that back office.
It's the staff. The culture is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Spot On has greatly reduced the time our managers spend on scheduling. The biggest advantage is its tip management. At a touch of a button, it instantly allocates tip pooling and tip splitting.
Our employees love it that as soon as we've done the tip distribution, they can see what they made yesterday. It's real straightforward. What you see is what you get, and that's what you want working in a restaurant. And with Spot On, you've got everything there at the tip of your fingers.
Getting set here for the top of the 4th. We mentioned it's Napoleon Dino night here at the ballpark, but make sure you come out tomorrow night. It is soccer night as the Sasquatch take on the Hastings Sodbusters. We'll be celebrating soccer here at the ballpark. First pitch once again at 6:05 here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. That's tomorrow night. Make sure you can buy your tickets on the Spearfish Sasquatch website. We have a promotion every night of the season, so you can check the theme nights calendar and the game schedule calendar to match up who they're playing with what the promotion is. Figure out the best time for you to come out to the ballpark and enjoy some baseball. Great environment here at the ballpark and a nice crowd on hand. Beautiful to see. Concession stand getting some action. Merchandise booth as well. As the Zap and Sasquatch go head-to-head in this South Dakota matchup. Ball and 2 strikes here to begin this top of the 4th inning. Aiden Johnson at the plate. It's 2-3-4 in the order. Johnson, Guevara, and Trusner. 2-2. Reminder as well with Javier Marcial going to join us in the booth for the bottom half of the 5th inning, so stick around to hear my conversation with him. He'll pop on a headset, have a conversation with myself, and Johnson grounds out to short to begin the top of the 4th. Best outing we've seen from Colin Anderson so far this season. Best start as well. It's his first start of the summer. Pitching into the 4th inning, 3 1/3. Has 1 walk, 1 single to this point. The single got erased thanks to a double play. So really good work by Colin Anderson, and that's what he's been doing a lot this game. First pitch strikes sets you up for a whole lot of success. He's thrown 36 pitches, and 23 of them have been strikes. Now 23 for 37, but Colin Anderson has been doing a great job getting ahead of hitters. We talked about the Oahe Zap in the beginning of the game and our off-the-wall stats in the open. This pitch is fouled away off the bat of Guevara. Zap were not necessarily an offensive force through these first 15 games, entering today 3-12. This is a guy at the plate who has been an offensive force, though. Guevara leading the league in batting average entering today. Anderson just misses as that fastball looked like that had a little extra life on it. Misses down low. Count goes even here on Guevara. 2-2. Hit in the air, left center field. That's going to get down. Racing after it is Gastisha from center, and he will play it off the wall. Guevara will dig into second. He'll stay there standing up. Second hit of the ball game for the Zap. It's the first extra base hit. One out double for Leandro Guevara. And that has the Zap with a runner in scoring position here, threatening to put their first run of the game on the board. Brings up Jacob Trusner to the dish, who is the beer batter here at the stadium. If he strikes out, fans at the ballpark will get some discounted beer at the stadium. While the team was on the road, this is a tradition that's pretty much throughout the entire ILB. Beer batters and promotions of that sort offering either free beer or discounted beer when the beer batter strikes out. Wanted to do some research into where it came from, and I couldn't find the exact origin, but there is a minor league affiliate. The San Francisco Giants have a minor league affiliate who may or may not have invented the beer batter, the San Jose Giants. They have a few games during the season where they don the alter ego of the San Jose beer batters. And that's not uncommon in the ILB. The Somerset Patriots, an affiliate of the Yankees, recently donned the alter ego of the Jersey Diners, but the San Jose Giants embraced the identity of the San Jose beer batters. Thought it was an interesting story to point out. And now one strike away from a successful trip on the beer batters. Jacob Trusner is behind here, a ball and 2 strikes. Colin Anderson has 3 strikeouts already on the day. Looking for a fan favorite strikeout here with number 4 if he can get it. Infield, outfield straight up here on Trusner, who grounded out to short his first time up. Long look at second. Here's the pitch. And just getting the bat to the ball was Trusner as that off-speed pitch snuck in on the hands and tied him up. Trusner stays alive here. Danny Cook holding on Guevara at second. One ball, 2 strikes. Here to Trusner, the pitch. Again, fouled away. Right in the middle of this Zap order, Trusner is the cleanup hitter. The Zap are looking to break the 0 on the scoreboard. Colin Anderson's worked 3 1/3. Anderson a long look in now. He'll come set. Big lead at second for Guevara. Here's the pitch. And this pitch is hit in the air to left field. Rakes, ranging over, will put it away. No strikeout, but it's still an out as Trusner flies out for out number 2. Guevara will stay put where he is at second. And now with 2 away, that brings up Buck Snabs. Snabs walked his first time up. First batter who reached against Colin Anderson. A walk in the second inning. He was left stranded at second. First pitch is outside. Colin Anderson trying to work through 4 scoreless innings here against the Oahe Zap. It's been a common theme we've seen with Sasquatch pitchers. First few outings, they've struggled. Check swing, appeal down to second. He did go around. Certainly looked like he went around there, but the appeal is successful there. Count goes to 1-1. That's certainly something we've seen to finish that point. Sasquatch pitchers, the third or fourth time they've taken the mound, have been better. First few times they've struggled. A lot of these guys didn't pitch a whole lot at their respective colleges. Getting an opportunity, that's what summer ball is all about. And in the first few outings, maybe struggling a bit with command, but certainly getting better as the season has gone along. That's something you love to see from all of your pitchers. In that series against the Fremont Moo, Easton Brooks had his best outing. Good outing against the Moo. We saw Anderson out of the bullpen in that series pitch his best, and now pitching even better. Getting the start today. In on the hands, this ball's hit out to left field. This should stay in the park, is a few steps in front of the track. Patrick Rakes will put it away. A couple hard hit balls, but still, the Zap are left off the board as a scoreless fourth inning keeps the Sasquatch in the lead. They'll lead it 4-0 with the bats coming up.
Do you know the locals' choice for gaming excitement? It's the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. With new games arriving every month, our selection of slot machines is the freshest in town. You can always find a game with our card tables open 24 hours a day. And parking is free and easy at the Lodge, with the area's largest free parking only steps away from our front door. Enjoy spacious and comfortable gaming at the Lodge at Deadwood, the locals' choice.
Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is here when you need us. On the gridiron or the grill, for touchdown dancers, in the home team, for the extreme or the everyday, feeling the burn or feeling the love. Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for everyday athletes like you. Watch out, she's still going. And Sports Medicine is everywhere you need us to be, on the sidelines to support our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to make an appointment. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever, getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
Fans come out to the ballpark for Ladies' Night coming up on June 27th as the Sasquatch take on the Nebraska Plainsmen. First pitch at 6:05. Be celebrating the ladies in the ballpark. I know we've got some things planned for the host families and their host moms. Of course, want to see all of the ladies pull up for that action against the Plainsmen. Again, like we said, a promotion every game of the year. So check out the calendar to see what's coming up when. First pitch to Danny Cook is a strike. It's 9-1-2 in the order. Cook, Bachman, and Gastisha. Figure I have to point out the yellow pants that the Oahe Zap are wearing. The yellow pants with the navy tops. I like the navy color on the tops, but I don't know if it matches quite with the yellow. Got a few interns here behind the scenes, Stephen Hogenkamp and Blake Bolin working behind the scenes. Blake not in approval of the yellow pants, but I thought I overheard that maybe they have an all yellow jersey. Be interested to see how that one looks with the matching colors if that is the case. Sasquatch with their all white jerseys. I think this is probably my favorite, either the all whites or the blacks for the Sasquatch. Keep it classy with the blue alternates as well. Ball and 2 strikes here on Danny Cook. Outside, 2-2. Cook popped out his first time up in the second inning. Popped out in foul territory along the first base line. Cook the day starting shortstop for the Sasquatch. 2-2. Outside, full count. So 3 balls and 2 strikes on Danny Cook. So full count here on Cook. Pitch is fouled away along the first base line. We'll do it again here, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes here on Danny Cook, trying to start off the offense in the 4th. Swallow still out there for the zap, the pitch. That's in there, called strike 3. Cook is set down looking. 4th strikeout of the game for Jacob Swallow. Tires the first batter. To begin this top of the 4th inning, some action in the Zap bullpen as they have a righty loosening. Not really getting loose in a hurry. Should see Swallow here for the remainder of this 4th inning. Sasquatch bullpen quiet with Colin Anderson working 4 innings, allowing just 1 hit to this point. Ball no strikes here on Ryan Bachman, who's 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout and a flyout. Last time up, though, hit a ball probably about 380 feet to dead center field, but it was caught by Mike Monum. Hit it right on the money. Just couldn't find any outfield grass out in center fields. 2-0 on Bachman. Great thing about Ryan Bachman, why he's in the leadoff spot is, of course, his ability to get on base, work counts. Sees a lot of pitches. And, of course, is able to hit the ball hard and get a lot of hits as well. He's ahead in the count here, 3-0. Swallow has not had a clean inning so far where he's faced the minimum. Every inning the Sasquatch have brought at least 4 to the plate. Scored in 2 of 3 to this point. And a 3-1 or 3-0 is on the corner, 3-1. Back at the top of the lineup for the Sasquatch. Here's the 3-1. Way out in front of it. That is 3-2 as they threw the ball to third over the head of Johnson. Not quite strike 3. They'll have to make one more good pitch to try to retire Ryan Bachman here. So now a full count, a second straight full count. Got Danny Cook looking on a fastball for out number 1. We'll see what he goes with here as he was able to get Bachman way out in front of the off speed on that last pitch. 3-2. Goes back with the fastball and Bachman sees it well. Lines it right back up the middle for a base hit. The on-base streak for Ryan Bachman lives on. On base for a 15th straight game to begin the season. And now 1 out base runner for the Sasquatch here in this bottom of the 4th inning with Braden Gastisha coming to the plate. Gastisha, a flyout in the 1st and a single in the 2nd. Hit a hard ground ball to first. Trusner had to backhand it. And then Swallow was not able to get to the bag and beat Gastisha. This pitch is inside. That hits Gastisha. First hits batter we've seen to this point. Gastisha's aboard for a 2nd time, and the Sasquatch has something going here in the 4th with runners on 1st and 2nd. 1 away, and the RBI leader on the team in Seth Nelson. Well, Nelson is the guy you want with runners on base. His batting average with runners in scoring position this season is .545. Entering today with 13 RBIs, best on the team. Kyle Finn with an RBI in the 1st inning moves into a tie at first for the team lead. Seth Nelson trying to retake that title as he hits one right on the money, right to who else but Mike Monum in center field. He'll put it away. It's out number 2. Two away now here in the 4th as Kyle Finn comes to the plate. Good day at the plate for the first baseman. An RBI single in the 1st. And then reached on an error, stole a base, and came around to score in the third. He's already scored 2 runs in 2 at-bats. Looking to tack on some more runs for the Sasquatch team here in the home half of the 4th. Bachman, a huge leadoff second. Swallow will step off and chase him back. No runs on 1 hit and 1 error for Oahe. 4 runs on 7 hits and 1 error for the Sasquatch. Bachman on second, Castisha on first. Kyle Finn at the plate. Pitch from Jacob Swallow is fouled away. 0-1 here on Finn. Bachman again dancing off second. He'll take off. Both runners are going to go. The throw comes to third, and they say he's out. Bachman caught stealing at third base, and that is how the inning will end. A caught stealing at third will leave at 1 runner left on base. We've played 4 here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. Sasquatch still lead this one 4-0.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance. We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today and let's get you to your peak.
Top of the 5th as we're almost halfway through here at the stadium. And the Zap are still looking to crack the scoreboard against Colin Anderson, who's had a really nice outing on the mound. I've mentioned it already, but point has to be hammered home. Colin Anderson getting the job done. Has allowed just 1 hit to this point. 1 error and 1 walk. Those are the 3 times that Oahe has reached base in this game. Ball and no strikes here to Alec Vincent, the catcher, to begin this 5th inning. Now 1-1. It's Vincent, Wiggins, and Monum, 6, 7, 8 in the order. Off the end of the bat, chop towards first. Easy play for Kyle Finn. He'll take it to the bag himself. Quickly 1 away. Let's take a look around the ILB with some ILB standings. See the Casper Spud still leading the pack there in first, 10-3. Fremont, after losing 3 out of 4 to the Sasquatch, they're still in second place, 8-5. Sodbusters 7-4, and the Sasquatch looking to improve to 500 with a win today. Find themselves at 7-8 here today. This is one of 2 games going on around the ILB today. It's the Fremont Moo and Casper Spuds, a battle of those 2 top teams. They're beginning, or actually that's just a 1-game series. The Zap actually head to Casper after this, as this pitch is lofted into right center field. Bachman going back, he's not going to get there. Drops in front of Simon right field. That's a single for Noah Wiggins. To finish that point, the Moo and Spuds are in action. That game's in the top of the 5th inning. The Fremont Moo lead the Casper Spuds right now 3-2. The Moo are trying to hand the Casper Spuds a loss, a battle of the two top teams from last year, a rematch of that championship series. Fremont Moo looking to repeat here in 2024, while the Casper Spuds hoping this is their year off to a good start. Still leading the pack. Ball and no strikes here on Mike Monham. Check in on first. Wiggins is back in safely. Monham got what looked like the first hit of the game in the 3rd inning for the Zap. A ground ball to third. Darnell had to dive, and then his throw to first was offline. It was actually ruled an error. So Monham ended up reaching on an error in that 3rd inning as opposed to a single. Still on base 1 of 1 tries, and he's certainly had his action on the defensive side of things. Feels like he's had to make a catch in center field almost 2 times an inning. Appeal to second. Check swing. He did go around. 2 balls and a strike on Monham. 2-1. Ties him up there on the pitch up in the zone. Count now even here on Monham. Noah Wiggins aboard at first. He's 2 of 3 on stolen base attempts, and he'll take off. The pitch is in there for a strike. The throw down to second gets by Bachman, and it goes into center field. A good deke at short by Cook. He did not have the ball, but he looked like he did. Monham strikes out swinging. That's out number 2. Strikes out looking, pardon me, out number 2. And Wiggins will steal second to get in scoring position here with 2 away. Four strikeouts now for Colin Anderson, looking to polish off a 5th scoreless frame. Emiliano Curiel Montijo takes ball 1. 9-hole hitter for the Zap, grounded into a double play his first time up in the 3rd, 6-4-3. Looking to make up for that with an RBI single here. Noah Wiggins stands on second. The Zap are looking for their first run of the game off of Colin Anderson. Anderson's been tough to barrel up here today, with even the hits not necessarily being hit that hard. No Wiggins, just a blooper out into right center field. 2-0. That drops in there for a strike, 2-1. Stick around for the bottom half of the 5th inning, when Javier Marcial will hopefully join us up here in the booth. 2-1 check swing. 3 balls and a strike, no appeal this time. Top of the order in the form of Jackson Mix is waiting on deck if Curiel Montijo can reach. Anderson has not been in a lot of trouble in this game so far. Trying to avoid some trouble in the 5th as he gets a strike. Full count now on Curiel Montijo. Colin Anderson has been throwing a lot of strikes, working ahead of hitters, getting set to throw his 66th pitch of the game. And it's fouled away. Have to make at least one more to get through this 5th inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sasquatch leading this one 4-0, top of the 5th. Colin Anderson looking for a 5th shutout frame. And it's popped into shallow right center field. Syme ranging over, and he puts it away for out number 3. Colin Anderson, 5 scoreless for the Sasquatch. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Javier Marcial will join us when we return.
Health, orthopedics, and sports medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines to support our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to make an appointment. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you. Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is here when you need us. On the gridiron or the grill, for touchdown dancers, in the home team, for the extreme or the everyday, feeling the burn or feeling the love. Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for everyday athletes like you. Watch out, she's still going.
When you venture to Spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a Spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
Well, that's a look at what Javier Marcial did against the Fremont Moo just a couple days ago, and he joins us now up here in the booth as we get set for the bottom half of the fifth inning. 4, 5, 6 in the order. Kyle Finn, Patrick Rakes, and Dylan Darnell. That's Javier Marcial sitting next to me as the first pitch here to Kyle Finn. Swallow still out there on the mound here for the fifth. Misses outside, ball one. Well, let's first talk about that home run against the Fremont Moo. You get an opportunity in the ninth inning, coming in as a pinch hitter. You've had a couple pinch hit opportunities already this season, but there you come in, tie ball game, or representing the tying run at the plate, and you hit that home run out to left field. What's going through your mind before that at bat? What's your approach? And then, of course, what's going on after you hit that home run?
Yeah, just before the AB, I'm just trying to focus, trying to make sure like my body feels loose and ready to go. Obviously, coming in that situation, I'm not trying to hit a home run or anything like that. I'm just trying to put a good swing on the ball, especially like being on the bench throughout the whole game and then coming in that last inning. I feel like I got a good pitch after the first strike, and I just missed it. So then I was just trying to regroup and stay locked in. And, yeah, and I just put a good swing on it.
Well, you talk about your approach and trying to stay loose. Is there anything different that has to go into a pinch hit at bat? Are you any colder in that at bat than you are in a normal game where you've got the reps at defense keeping your adrenaline going? Is there anything different when you got an opportunity as a pinch hitter?
No, yeah, 100%, because you're on the bench for the most part. You kind of try to stay loose while you're on the bench if you know you're going to pinch hit, but yeah, it's obviously 100% different because when you're on the field, you're in right field, you're running around, running in and out of the dugout, getting ready for your at-bats. It's also different because it's your first time seeing pitching in that game, you know. So, but the approach and everything up, like once you're up at the plate, it stays the same. Nothing changes.
Ground out by Kyle Finn. First out of the inning here against Swallow in this bottom half of the fifth. Javier Marcial joining me up in the booth as Patrick Rakes digs in now here from the left side. He takes a first pitch strike. Well, for you as well, started off the season tough, 0 for your first 19 at the plate, trying to figure out how to get that first hit, but then better over this last couple stretch, and of course that home run, probably a little bit of a jump start for you. How are you able to keep a positive attitude? I mean, I saw you in the dugout even during that tough stretch as Rakes gets plunked here on the back. I saw you even during that tough stretch, always a smile on your face, always having a good time. Yeah. How are you able to keep that momentum even at a tough stretch at the plate?
It has a lot to do with just being confident in yourself, and I just know that at one point I'm gonna, heat back up again and get things going. And also, since I am someone with such like high energy and I'm always upbeat, I try not to ever show my frustration or anything like that in the dugout because it can bring the team down. I feel like the team kind of feeds off my energy a little, so if I am down or I am a little upset, like they'll see that, they'll notice it, and it kind of messes with the vibe that the team has going on.
So hit by pitch to Patrick Rakes brings up Dylan Darnell, who hits one up the middle. That's a base hit. Darnell will reach on the single. The Sasquatch have first and second here with one away. Well, of course, baseball players, sports players in general, are so superstitious, or at least some are superstitious. Where would you rate yourself on level of superstition? And I'll tell you why I ask in just a second.
Okay. I'm not superstitious really at all for the most part. I just go out there and I play my game. I feel like I feel like for the most part, you don't really have too much control over your performance, just like your preparation and stuff. As far as always having a routine, I do have a routine before the game when it comes to like stretching, hitting the cages. But to have a routine of like, I know some guys like to wear the same sleeve or like to wear the same, I don't know, like undershirt, before, you know, during the games if they play well. But I'm not like that.
Well, you're the fourth player we've brought up here in the booth. So for anybody who is superstitious, trying to keep track of who's brought in the most runs during their half inning in the booth, Russell Peterson brought home 4. He was the first player we brought up in the booth, and he delivered some offense. So hoping you could do the same as the Sasquatch are set up here nicely with 2 runners on and 1 away with Lane Syme coming up here at the plate. Count is 0-2, I believe, or 0-1. Nope, 0-2 on Syme. As we're joined here up in the booth by Javier Marcial. Jacob Swallow trying to work through this 5th inning. Sasquatch leading this one 4-0. As the 0-2 pitch is fouled away. Well, for you so far, early on impressions in summer ball, probably been, close to about a month that you've been here in Spearfish, getting to know the guys. What's been your favorite part so far of being a part of this team? Was it the road trips? I know I talked to a couple guys. Just having fun on the road trips has been a big part that people have liked. What for you has been your favorite part?
Oh, man. I don't know. I have fun doing everything, really. The road trips are a lot of fun. We play a lot of Mafia on the bus. Just like stay entertained and not be bored throughout the long rides. Definitely just like connecting with all the guys. You know, I feel like we all have really good energy and we all bond pretty well, and everybody seems to like each other. So it's all just been a blast. Like, it's all been a lot of fun. Even like you said, even when I was like struggling and stuff, it's still a lot of fun. Like, it's hard not to have fun here.
Well, I talked to Cade Bleeker. Bleeker, I think, mentioned the same thing about playing Mafia. So I guess I got to ask you now, who is the best Mafia player and who is the worst Mafia player?
Okay. Man, the best is tough. There's a lot of good ones. Cade is really good. Cade's a really good Mafia player. Cade Bleeker. Yeah, right. Cade Bleeker. We have like 10 Cades. Cade Bleeker is really good. Let's see who else. Micah Coleman is pretty good at Mafia too. Micah Coleman is pretty good. I'm trying to think who are the bad players. Who's bad at Mafia? We don't want to. Man.
Pretty well rounded.
Yeah, Chance Green.
Green's not good.
Bad mouth play. I just don't like it because he always tries to get me eliminated.
Well, speaking of Green, he's at the plate here with the bases loaded and 1 away. Johnson creeping in on the third base side at the cutout. Same on the first base side there with Trustner. The count is a ball and a strike here on Chance Green. Rakes is at third, Darnell on second, Lane Syme on first. A pair of hit-by pitches in the inning and a single. So joined up here in the booth by Javier Marcial, trying to extend this Sasquatch lead, who already lead it 4-0 here in this bottom half of the 5th.
Ben Green's really good at Mafia too.
Green, a big swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. Well, for you as well, Javier, how did you end up finding the Sasquatch? How did you find this team in the first place, and how did you know that this was the right fit for you this summer?
Well, last year I moved to Rapid City, so I live in Rapid, and I was here last summer, like in South Dakota, but I didn't know about the Spearfish till halfway through the summer. Like, it was already too late to join the team. But I already had in mind that I probably wanted to play here this summer. And so I just texted Eric, and he let me play. He told me, yeah, you can come down, you can play. Especially since I already live in Rapid. You know, it's only 45 minutes from here. So that's really how I got here. I just texted Eric.
Pitch from Swallow. Swing and a miss. Green down on strikes. A big strikeout there. We'll keep the bases loaded here with now 2 away. And the 9-hole hitter, Danny Cook, is coming to the plate. Curious with Danny Cook, we've talked about him straight out of high school, hasn't been yet into college. Is there anything you guys trying to do to or maybe help his maturity level against these college guys that he's going to be facing, or was he kind of already right in there?
I think he's fairly mature for his age. He fits right in, like, with the mold that we have in the team. We try to tell him things just here and there, but we try not to overwhelm him with any information or anything. Just kind of let him go out there and play. And I think he's done a pretty good job.
First pitch strike on Cook. Got to ask you as well. I mean, you got around these guys all the time, playing around with them in BP and whatever, seeing them swing the bat, seeing them in the field. Is there any guys that have stood out to you that really impress you with the way they swing the bat, or really impress you with the way they play the field, or even on the pitching side of things? Any pitchers that you've really either, one, gotten to know on a personality level that you've really bonded with, or two, with their abilities on the field?
Okay. I'll probably start with the pitchers. I think my favorite pitcher to watch on the team is Easton. I just like the way he handles himself. He's very calm. He's very even keel, and I just think he handles himself the right way on the mound. He just has a dominant mound presence. So I always love watching him pitch. As far as the position players, Ben Green, he always has a routine he goes through during BP, and that's a lot of fun to watch because he's always very intentional with what he does during his BP rounds. Bowman just hits a lot of home runs during BP, man. That guy has so much power. So it's definitely fun to watch his BP rounds. And yeah, there's a lot of guys. I think they always have something. Everybody always brings something to the table. That's always fun to watch. So it's definitely something you always kind of pay attention to. Especially in Patty too. Also in BP, he likes to hit a lot to left field, hit the other way. And I think that's why he has so much success hitting in games. Such a good hitter because he has an approach every day during BP. Same approach, it's the same thing every day.
Well, appreciate you so much, Javier, for joining us here for this bottom of the 5th inning. Sasquatch threatened, they load the bases, but back-to-back strikeouts end that threat. So we'll be back here as we get set for the top of the 6th inning. Sasquatch still lead this one 4-0. Javier Marcial, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Games is at the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. When you're looking for the latest and greatest games, the Lodge is the place for you, as we are constantly updating our gaming floor with new and exciting games. There's always something fresh and fun at the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort, your home for the newest games.
Well, Colin Anderson's night is done. And what a night it was. He's in line for the win after 5 innings. 4 strikeouts, 2 hits, 1 walk, and no runs allowed for Colin Anderson. Great work in his first start of the season. As the new pitcher out of the bullpen is Cade Bridges. Pitch is fouled away on the left side. This one gets out of play. 0-2. Quickly. Top of the order, Jackson Mix, Aiden Johnson, Leandro Guevara. 1-2-3 for the Zap. Going up against Cade Bridges, who's had a bit of a tough start to the season. Saw the numbers there. 6 2/3 innings pitched. ERA up above 17. A whip of 3.15, but like we've said, the more times these guys get out, the better they perform. Over his last 2 outings, 3 1/3 innings pitched, he's allowed just 1 run. He gets a foul ball here off of Mix, who stays alive. Ball and 2 strikes. Again, a big thank you to Javier Marcial, the first player, or the first hitter, I should say, who've joined us up here in the booth. It had been all just pitchers to that point. But Marcial getting a day off in the lineup. Still a chance, I guess, we could see him as a pinch hitter, but glad that he could share some thoughts with us up here in the booth during that bottom of the 5th inning, as Bridges thought he had strike 3 on a fastball that just misses the outside corner. Mix narrowly avoiding going down for a third time via the strikeout. Strikeout both times against Colin Anderson. And fouls this ball off down the left side. We'll do it again here now, 2-2. So Anderson sees the whole order twice. He faces 18 batters, 15 outs, a walk, an error, and 2 hits. Scattered across 5 innings for Colin Anderson. Full count on Jackson Mix, and this is what has plagued Cade Bridges so far this season. It's the walks that have come back to bite him. And he gets a ground ball to second. Bachman, a healthy hop. Will throw to first in time. 1 away. Aiden Johnson will now come to the plate. 0 for 2 day out of the 2 spot in the order for the third baseman for Oahe. Strikeout his first time up, a ground out. His last trip to the plate. Waves and misses on that pitch, 0-1. Oh, one breaking ball misses upstairs, count goes even. Bridges, a Nebraska native. He goes to Doane University, the Tigers in Nebraska. Appeared in a couple games as a freshman, 2 games. Getting an opportunity like so many guys here over the course of the summer to get better on the mound, maybe learn a new pitch, just get better throwing strikes. Remember when we had Cade Bleeker on, he said he was just trying to get better throwing pitches in the zone, attacking hitters. Russell Peterson was talking about learning a new pitch. Bobo, I think, said something similar, getting better on some of his pitches. Bridges here trying to get through a 6th inning. And he misses there on 2-1. Count goes to 3-1. His pitch is popped up, and this will get into the stands in front of us, I think. Yep, you can hear it clang off the seats here in the stadium. Not a whole lot of empty seats, though, in this ballpark. Napoleon Dino night. We just had, between half innings as well, a tater toss. Players came out here on the concourse and threw some taters at the fans. If you know Napoleon Dynamite, that'll make sense. If not, you're very confused. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Top of the 6th inning, Aiden Johnson at the plate. Cade Bridges, the first man out of the bullpen, replacing Colin Anderson on the mound. 3-2 pitch is skied into shallow center field. Ben Green will drift over to his left. Or that's Gostisha, pardon me. And he puts it away for the 2nd out. So used to seeing Ben Green out there in center field. 2 away here in the 6th as Leandro Guevara will come to the plate. One of 2 Zap hitters with a hit today. Probably has the best hit ball by a Zap hitter today. It was his double off of Colin Anderson in the 4th inning that split the left center gap. One of only a few balls that were really hit on the money off of Colin Anderson today. Bridges working quickly, even on the count here with Guevara. Ball and a strike here on Leandro Guevara, who, with another hit today, has raised his batting average, which was nearly 500, creeping closer to almost exactly 500 with another hit today. Here's the 2-1. It's in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. So a 3rd straight count that goes to 3 balls with Cade Bridges on the mound. Was able to get Jackson Mix to ground out on a 3-2. Was able to get Johnson to fly out on a 3-2. Facing a 3-1 here against Guevara. And he gets a fly ball into center field. Should be playable for Gostisha. 1-2-3 sixth inning for Cade Bridges out of the bullpen. Sasquatch lead this one 4-0 with the bats coming to the plate.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
Day is done on the mound for Jacob Swallow for the Zap as he goes 5 innings, 99 pitches, faces the order 3 times. At the top of the order will come up Ryan Bachman to lead off this bottom of the 6th inning. 3 runs, 4 earned for Jacob Swallow, 8 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. That's the final line for the lefty for Oahe. As the new arm out of the bullpen will be Julius Cass, and he will take over here in this bottom of the 6th. Like we mentioned, top of the order, Bachman, Gastisha, and Nelson. First pitch to Bachman drops in there for a strike. 5th outing for Jacob Cass, or Julius Cass, pardon me. 5 2/3 innings pitched in 4 outings so far this summer. 1-0 record, 5 earned runs, 7 total runs allowed. ERA sits just under 8 at 7.9. Big thing for him. Just like we're seeing on the other side of things, Cade Bridges struggling with command, not today's outing so far, but through his first few of the season. Cass the same way, 11 walks, I should say, in 5 1/3 innings so far this summer. Drops in another one. Never mind, that's inside. I thought perhaps we'd get a strike call. Bit of a delayed call behind the plate as we've seen all night in terms of strikes. 2 balls and 1 strike here on Ryan Bachman. That one goes in the same spot, inside, 3-1. Bachman continued his on-base streak. He's now reached base safely in every game he's played in so far this summer, 15 of 15. He's also now hit safely in 11 of those 15 games. His single in the 4th inning extended both of those. 1 for 3 on the day, strikeout, flyout, and a single. Three-two. Hit in the air to center field. Trailing towards the right center gap, Monum will give way to Curiel Montijo, who puts it away for the first out. Brings up Braden Gastisha now to the plate. Gastisha's reached base in 2 of 3 tries today. Fly out in the first. Single in the second and a hit by pitch in the 4th. Sasquatch 4 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. Zap no runs on 2 hits and 1 error. First pitch catches the inner part of the plate. No balls and a strike on Braden Gastisha. We talked about in his first time up. He was 1 for his last 18 entering today. Oh, and that pitch, that made it about halfway to the plate. Maybe a 30-footer out of the hands of Cass. Hits Gastisha on a hop. So he's hit by a pitch for the second time, and he was going to take first base here with 1 away. Brings up Seth Nelson. Nelson's hit the ball pretty hard all 3 times. All of them to center field. Doubled in the first inning over the head of Mike Monum, who will not let that happen again as he is playing deep ahead of this 4th trip to the plate. His other 2 plate appearances were flyouts to center, so Monum has seen the ball off of Seth Nelson's bat 3 times already today. First pitch drops in there for a strike on Nelson. Sasquatch looking for some insurance runs. They haven't scored since getting 1 in the 3rd as the pickoff to first is going to get away from Trusner. Gastisha is going to go to second. He rounded second, but decides to stay put there. Head coach Justice Gunn, who also doubles as the team's third base coach, gave him the sign to stay put. There'll be an error on Cass, which will allow Gastisha to take second base. Now he's in scoring position as they look for that insurance run. Sasquatch plated 3 in the first inning, all of those runs coming with 2 outs. Scored again in the 3rd inning off a 2-out RBI double by Lane Syme. Haven't scored since. Only have 2 hits since the 3rd inning. They loaded the bases in the 5th inning thanks to a pair of hit-by pitches and a single. That's when we had Javier Marcial up here in the booth. But good pitching, and the last 2 batters that Jacob Swallow faced were Chance Green and Danny Cook with the bases loaded. Struck out Green with 1 out and the bases loaded, and then got Danny Cook to finish off his night strong. Giving the Zap an opportunity to come back in this game. But like we talked about before it started, Zap offense has not been good this season. Only averaging a little under 3 runs per game. We're going to need more than that here today. 1-2. Nelson pops this one up to the second base side. Mix will drift out from second base into shallow right field. And he retires Seth Nelson on the pop out. 2 away here in the 6th as they'll look for another 2-out rally. Kyle Finn, who's had a pretty good day at the plate, will start things off. He's reached base 2 of 3 times. RBI single in the 1st inning. Brought home the first run of the game. Reached on error in the 3rd and scored. And grounded out in the 5th. First pitch to Finn. Drops in there for a strike. Finn, one of the taller guys on the team. 6'7", and that pitch wasn't necessarily framed the best behind the plate by Vincent, but called a strike, 0-1. This pitch is spiked again. Gastisha will stay put at second base. Still aboard after a hit by pitch. Advanced to second on error. Kyle Finn looking to tack on another run here for the Sasquatch in this home half of the 6th off of Julius Cass. First reliever out of the pen for the Zap. 1-1 is off the end of the bat, dribbled up the first base side. Cass will take it himself. And that will retire Finn to end the 6th. We've played 6 here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. Sasquatch haven't given up the lead since that first inning. They lead it 4-0 as we head to the 7th.
So they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me
Hey, nice try.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is here when you need us. On the gridiron or the grill. For touchdown dancers. In the home team. For the extreme or the everyday. Feeling the burn or feeling the love. Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for everyday athletes like you. Watch out, she's still going.
Getting set for the top of the 7th inning, Jacob Trustner will begin things for the Oahe Zap, who have just 9 outs left to put up 4 runs. Let's take a look at what's happening here to our right. I believe it's happening to our right. Yes, it is. We've got the first Squatch Dog Challenge of the year going on. As we've got some contestants. Is that 3 different people?
Hey,
who are
let's move back,
people
please.
Are going to attempt that challenge, and 3 different people are going to be. Well, I won't say they'll be unhappy, but we'll wish them the best of luck. For those of you who don't know what the Squatch Dog Challenge is, you have to eat, I believe it's 3 Squatch dogs, which are already loaded hot dogs, in a pool of, or in a moat of meat, of different types of food. And then you have from the 7th inning to the 9th inning to complete that. And as far as I know, nobody's ever done it. But hey, there's a first time for everything. Let's see if these 3 contestants can get the job done over on the right side. Meanwhile, on the field, Jacob Trustner has a full count here. Well, you might have been able to hear over the mic there. Not only that, but you do have to eat ice cream afterwards in case the hot dogs wasn't enough. Just a little dessert. Well, they're starting off strong. I feel like what's going to happen is they'll start off strong, and then maybe by the 8th or 9th inning, things will slow down. 3-2 pitch misses. Ball 4. Let's hope none of these eaters of the Squatch Dog Challenge endorse a rival brand and get banned from the Squatch Dog Challenge in the future. Jacob Trustner walks to lead off the 7th inning off of Cade Bridges. I'll bring up Buck Snabs here. Snabs swings and misses on the first pitch, 0-1. Zap still with just 2 hits to this point. Looking to finally crack the scoreboard against Cade Bridges. The Sasquatch have an arm loosening in the bullpen in case Bridges gets into some trouble. Quickly ahead 0-2 here on Snabs, who walked his first time up in the 2nd. Flew out to left in the 4th. We'll keep you updated as this game goes along with the progress there of the Squatch Dog Challenge. So far, so good. Here's the 0-2. Upstairs. Ball and 2 strikes. Big key for Bridges, as we've mentioned, is throwing strikes, getting ahead of hitters, and then limiting those walks, hit by pitches. It's all about command for Bridges. He's got good stuff as this pitch is lined, and that's going to get past Darnell into left field. Trustner will stop at 2nd. It's a single for Buck Snabs. And the Zap have something going here in the 7th inning. That's 2 runners on and nobody out. And the catcher, Alec Vincent, will now come to the plate. Meeting on the mound here as Chance Green will go out to talk with Cade Bridges. No hurry in the bullpen to get loose right now for the Sasquatch. It's just one arm throwing. And it looks like it's actually the guy who just joined the team, Nathan Harb. Let's see how they're doing here. All right. Is that one hot dog down? No, almost one hot dog down for the guy on the right there. I think they've all got almost one down so far. 2 more to go. These guys are hoping this game goes extra innings, give them a chance. 3 innings, probably not enough time. Hoping for some pitching changes and some opportunities to get those down. A ball and no strikes to count to Alec Vincent. Pitches upstairs. 2-0. Well, 2 runners on, nobody out. The tying run stands on deck for the Oahe Zap, who have been quiet through 6 innings, but now have 2 runners on off of Cade Bridges. And 2-1 count after a foul ball off of Vincent. Still a lot of time left in this ball game for the Zap to make a comeback. Sasquatch with a bit of a cushion, 4-run lead, but we've already seen several games where that lead can disappear quickly. 2-1. This one's grounded to third. Darnell will step on the bag, throw to first, double play. A big 5-3 double play as Dylan Darnell steps on the bag. And the threat goes from highly threatening to sort of not anymore, as Buck Snabs will get to second base. Vincent is retired. Trusner's retired on the base paths as well. So now 2 away. Just a runner on second base as Cade Bridges will try to work a second scoreless frame. Facing Noah Wiggins. Huge lead off second base. They step off. The throw to second got him. Cade Bridges. A double play. A pickoff at second base gets Buck Snabs. And that is how the top of the 7th inning will end. A threat no more. The Sasquatch will carry a 4-0 lead here into the 7th inning stretch.
Spot-on teamwork saves me so much time. I haven't spent a single minute in my back office this week. Teamwork simplifies employee communications, scheduling, tip-outs, and payroll. It even syncs with my POS, so I know my data is accurate. All right, tips are out. In fact, teamwork has saved me so much time, I was able to take today off to film this.
Cut! Now remember, you really hate that back office.
Road trips are measured in miles of uncontrollable laughter, comfortable silence, and new memories. And for 50 years, Super 8 has been there for wherever your journey takes you. So when the open road calls for a good night's rest, you can depend on Super 8's modern rooms at over 2,000 locations. Plus, earn Wyndham Rewards points for every stay. Super 8, one of 24 trusted brands by Wyndham. See you on the road.
Fans come out to the ballpark for fireworks night, our second fireworks night of the year coming up on June 28th. I can tell you after watching the first fireworks show, you will not want to miss it. Sasquatch will be taking on the Nebraska Plainsmen. First pitch at 6:05 on June 28th, Friday night. Come out to the ballpark just before 4th of July. We'll set off some fireworks. Have a good time at the ballpark. So we begin the bottom of the 7th inning. Patrick Rakes to start things off. It's Patrick Rakes, Dylan Darnell, and Lane Syme. So 5, 6, 7 in the order for the Sasquatch. This pitch catches the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Or no, 1 ball and 1 strike. In that top of the 7th inning, walk, single, double play, and picked off. Bridges ended up facing the minimum. And what looked like a chance for the Zap to get on the board against Bridges, who was struggling with command. Zap leave another 0 on the board. Sasquatch carry a 4-0 lead. As Patrick Rakes chops one on the right-hand side. Fielded at second by Jackson Mix to retire Patrick Rakes. So Rakes is retired for the first out. That brings up Dylan Darnell, who's reached base 2 of 3 times. Brings up Dylan Darnell here with 1 away. Darnell a walk his first time up, a fly out to center. Second trip to the plate, and then a single in the 5th inning his last time up. 1 for 2 day for Darnell, who made a nice heads-up play the inning prior. Step on the bag and throw across the first to get double play ball and help out his pitcher, Cade Bridges. Certainly seen some defensive mistakes by the Sasquatch early on in the season, but 1 error today. A couple good defensive plays helping him out here today. A lot of fans gathered along the first base line to watch the Squatch Dog Challenge, as that's kind of become a second entertainment piece to this game. You've got the game going on the field between the Zap and the Sasquatch, and then you've got the first Squatch Dog Challenge attempt of the year, and it's happening. 3 different people are giving it a go at once, which is always fun. Hope they'll be able to support each other when it's done. 2-2's upstairs, full count on Darnall. Lane Syme waits on deck, who's had himself a really nice day at the plate. Would love to see him come up to the plate with runners on. Sun still just peeking through along the first base side. 3-2 upstairs, and Darnell's aboard for a 3rd time today. His 2nd walk. And for a 7th straight inning, the Sasquatch will not go down in order. Well, I guess I can't say that yet. Lane Syme coming up, but for a 7th straight inning, they'll at least get a runner on base. As Dylan Darnell draws the walk, and Lane Syme comes to the plate. Single, double, hit by pitch for Lane Syme. RBIs on both the single and the double. So 2 runs batted in today. Lane Syme will look to try to reach base for a 4th time in 4 trips. Looking out for who could be the Landmark Realty and Development Player of the game. Probably looking at Syme or Colin Anderson here. 2 guys who've been getting the job done for the Sasquatch here on this Tuesday afternoon. So 1 ball, no strikes on Lane Syme, the 7th hitter in the order. Dylan Darnell waiting on first. Here's the pitch, and that's upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Nobody throwing in the Oahe bullpen. Sasquatch have an arm loosening. I think it's still number 31, Nathan Harb, who could be out for his first appearance with the Sasquatch. 2-0 swing and a miss. Syme out in front of it. Count goes to 2-1. There's definitely a swing and miss aspect to Lane Syme's game. He's a big power hitter, but does go down on strikes from time to time. Can't be too careful, though, with what you leave over the heart of the plate, because Syme can make you pay for it. Pitch is in the dirt, 3 balls and a strike here now on Syme. Julius Cass took over from Jacob Swallow. Swallow went 5 innings. Cass was able to work a scoreless 6th inning. And now struggling with command here in the 7th as he walks Darnell and Syme back-to-back hitters. Sasquatch have a runner on second, 1st and 2nd here with 1 away. Meeting on the mound right now between Cass, his catcher Vincent, and Johnson, who jogs in from 3rd. Brief, as they'll both trot back to their positions. Opportunity for Chance Green. Green's had a quiet day at the plate. Struck out twice and flew out to center. 0 for 3. Struck out with the bases loaded in the 5th inning when the Sasquatch threatened to blow this game wide open. Still a chance to do that here now in the home half of the 7th. 2 runners on, 1 away. And leading by 4 as they're 6 defensive outs away from moving to 500. Would be 8-4 over their last 12 games after starting the season 0-4. 0-1. 2 balls and a strike here now on Chance Green. Darnell on second, Syme on first, both after walks. Pitches in there for a strike, so check that. Count was 1-1, now it's 1-2 on Green. Sasquatch looking to turn this lineup over. So we're at the 8th spot in the order. Chance Green, Danny Cook standing on deck, and then, of course, the top of the order, Ryan Bachman after that. We'd love to see Bachman getting at bat here in the 7th inning with runners on base. 1-2. Green checks his swing, and it's bounced away from Vincent. It will allow both runners to reach, or move up 90 feet, I should say, on the wild pitch. Darnell advances to third, Syme to second. Now a pair of runners in scoring position for Chance Green. Green takes strike 3. Strikeout for Julius Casson. A big one keeps the 2 runners put. And now we will not see Danny Green. We'll see a pinch hitter, Jordan Bowman, batting here in the 9th spot in the order. We'll see a corresponding defensive move in the top of the 8th inning as Bowman replacing Cook, who was the starting shortstop. Bowman not a shortstop himself, so we'll see who comes in defensively to replace that spot. Likely a one opportunity here for Jordan Bowman, who had himself a really nice series on the road, both at the plate and on the mound. We talked to him in our pregame interview about his series on the road as this ball gets away. Breaking from third and scoring is Dylan Darnell. Wild pitch brings home another run for the Sasquatch. Green advances to third. Or pardon me, Syme advances to third, and Sasquatch tack on another here, their first run since the 3rd inning. They now lead at 5-0. As we mentioned, I mean, you look at the numbers for Jordan Bowman on the season, .290 batting average, but over his last 3 games, 5 for 12 at the plate. You saw the home run. That's where his home run came from, and 7 RBIs on the season, 5 in the last 3 games. This pitch gets away as well. Syme is going to break for the plate, and back-to-back wild pitches, 3 in the inning, are going to bring home 2 more Sasquatch runs here in the 7th. Now a bigger cushion as they'll lead at 6-0. So the pinch hit move to bring home Jordan Bowman. Likely hoping for an RBI knock from Bowman. Won't really be necessary as 2 runs come in off of a couple wild pitches. And a 2-0 is in there for a strike on the top part of the zone. Count now 2-1 to Jordan Bowman. This is the 9th spot in the order. Ryan Bachman, top of the order, on deck. 3 balls and a strike on Bowman. Sasquatch able to extend the lead now, leading at 6-0 in this home half of the 7th inning. 3-1's up and in. Bowman will walk, as Cass just does not have the command right now in the 7th inning. 3 walks issued and 3 wild pitches as well in this half inning for Cass on the mound. Still looking for 1 more out. So we check in with the Squatch Dog Challenge. First guy's doing pretty good. I think he's got all 3 gone. Second guy, oh, he's struggling. Still a long way to go, but there's hope. There's hope for that first guy. He's working on the chips right now, it looks like. Problem is he's kind of running out of time here. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, and if the Sasquatch hold on and win this one in 9, that would mean that he's only really got the 8th inning and the top of the 9th inning. And let me remind you, he's also got to work through some sort of ice cream sundae type dessert after he's done with the Squatch dogs. 2 balls and no strikes here on Ryan Bachman. He's doing good. I'll give him props. I would not have made it that far. I'd probably be where the second guy is right now. 1.5 down. Pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1 on Bachman. Bachman's 1 for 4 on the day. Singled in the 4th inning. Jordan Bowman off of first. Not a lot of speed for Bowman off of first. 2-1. That's way upstairs. 3-1 as Cass continues to try to find the command here in the 7th inning. Braden Gastisha waiting on deck. Comes the 3-1 from Cass. Bowman takes off. The pitch is upstairs. It's ball 4. 4th walk issued in this half inning. Well, we talked about the time for the Squatch Dogs. You can probably hear over the PA. The walks certainly do help, and what also helps is a pitching change, which is what I believe is what we'll see. Yes, it is. With 2 away here in the 7th inning. Sasquatch already with 2 runs in this half inning. Those guys right there will have an opportunity to get those Squatch Dogs down. We'll check in with them when we come back, but right now, pitching change on the mound. Sasquatch lead at 6-0.
Jet Rogers at Peak Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance. We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today and let's get you to your peak.
Know the locals' choice for gaming excitement? It's the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. With new games arriving every month, our selection of slot machines is the freshest in town. You can always find a game with our card tables open 24 hours a day. And parking is free and easy at the Lodge, with the area's largest free parking only steps away from our front door. Enjoy spacious and comfortable gaming at the Lodge at Deadwood, the locals' choice.
Well, with Joey Chestnut's spot open up for the hot dog eating contest, maybe we'll get another contestant, as that first guy still mowing down, working on the chips right now. He's about halfway through those chips, and we're not done with the 7th inning yet. So, chance for him. Third guy, okay, all three Squatch Dogs down. He's got the chips to go. The second guy's done. I think he's tapping out. Yeah, he's tapped out. He got through maybe 1.5 Squatch Dogs, and the chips are a change of pace, something good for the stomach, but I don't know if he's got it in him right now. We'll keep you updated with what's going on there. Of course, what's going on the field is the Sasquatch still continuing to tack on some runs, 2 already in this 7th inning. Threatening for more with a new pitcher on the mound, as it is Jacob Skinner, who will take over from Julius Cass, who struggled with command in this 7th inning. Gastisha fouls the first pitch off. So from a pitcher who's struggling with command to one who had been good so far this season, Skinner has not walked a batter through 7 2/3 so far. This is his 5th outing of the summer. He has allowed 4 earned runs, 5 total. ERA at 4.7 entering this outing. Misses outside, count even on Gestisha. So Cass came in relief, pitched the 6th inning, worked it scoreless, allowed a hit by pitch, and then in the 7th inning, walked 4 batters through 3 wild pitches, allowing the Sasquatch to bring home 2 more. Inside on Gestisha, 2 balls and a strike. Well, you have to imagine part of this move is lefty on lefty. You've got the left-handed Gestisha at the plate. A left-handed Seth Nelson waiting on deck. So 2 opportunities here for Skinner to work through this 7th inning. Love to see him get Gestisha, of course, here if you're the Zap. Foul away, now 2-2. Look at that. I think by the time, well, almost certainly, when we come back for the 8th inning, that first guy's going to be, oh, never mind, the water bottle was hiding it. Well, we'll hope he can get through the chips. I want to see him at least get started on that ice cream before this game's over. See how far he can get. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. That's just outside. Full count. Runners will be in motion. Jordan Bowman off of second. Ryan Bachman off of first. Both will go on this 3-2 2-out pitch. Coming up to Braden Gestisha. No action right now in the Sasquatch bullpen. We saw Herb warming up earlier, or Harb, pardon me. So either he's warm and he's coming in, or Cade Bridges will be back out there. Gestisha rips one, just foul. Got out in front of that hanging slider. Dangerous pitch from Skinner. But it just winds up a foul ball, so we'll do it again here with runners on first and second. I mean, if the Sasquatch continue to pull away in this game, maybe a majority of the crowd is going to be tuning into what's happening in our Squatch Dog Challenge. If you ever come out to the ballpark and you want to try the Squatch Dog Challenge, I can't say I advise it, but I would certainly like to see you try. So why not give it a go as Gestisha grounds this one. That's fair along the first base line. Trustner will take it to the bag himself for the 3rd out. We've played 7. Sasquatch lead at 6-0. 6 outs to go defensively for the Sasquatch as those guys will continue on their Squatch Dogs. We'll keep you updated by the top of the 8th coming up.
Spot-on teamwork saves me so much time. I haven't spent a single minute in my back office this week. Teamwork simplifies employee communications, scheduling, tip-outs, and payroll. It even syncs with my POS, so I know my data is accurate. All right, tips are out. In fact, teamwork has saved me so much time, I was able to take today off to film this.
Cut! Now remember, you really hate that back office.
Shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice play.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
Road trips are measured in miles of uncontrollable laughter, comfortable silence, and new memories. And for 50 years, Super 8 has been there for wherever your journey takes you. So when the open road calls for a good night's rest, you can depend on Super 8's modern rooms at over 2,000 locations. Plus, earn Wyndham Rewards points for every stay. Super 8, one of 24 trusted brands by Wyndham. See you on the road.
Games is at the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. When you're looking for the latest and greatest games, the Lodge is the place for you, as we are constantly updating our gaming floor with new and exciting games. There's always something fresh and fun at the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort, your home for the newest games.
New pitcher in the game for the Sasquatch, taking over from Cade Bridges. It is Nathan Harb who will get his first outing with the Sasquatch. Just recently came to the team. Just finished his freshman year. As this pitch is hammered out to left field, but it'll stay up for Gastisha to make the grab for the first out. Looked good off the bat, but just died out there in the outfield. So quickly one away, Noah Wiggins flies out. Brings up Mike Monham here. Harb coming over from college. He was 2-0 in his time with 6 saves and 16 1/3 innings pitched. 14 appearances. A teammate of Micah Coleman's out at Everett Community College, the Trojans out in Washington. Ball and a strike here on Monham. 8th hole hitter Mike Monham at the plate as he hits one out to right field. It's going to be a long run for Syme, and that ball is foul. Monham up for his 3rd time today. Reached on an error in the 3rd and struck out looking in the 5th. It's the zap. If Herm can work a scoreless inning here and face the minimum, if he can go 3 up, 3 down, then the zap will have only brought every runner to the plate 3 times through 8 innings. Meanwhile, the Sasquatch have brought every runner to the plate 4 innings, or pardon me, 4 times, with the top 2 guys coming up 3 times, or 5 times, pardon me. Mike Monham goes down looking for the second out. 2 up and 2 down here out of the bullpen for Harb. Emiliano Curiel Montijo squares around a bunt and pulls it back. Still takes strike 1. Harb might be tasked with working these final 2 innings. Looked to get maybe the final 6 outs in this game. Give the Sasquatch the win, improve them to 8-8 on the season, while the Zap are trying to avoid falling to 3-13 to begin the year. Right now, Swallow in line for the loss. He didn't necessarily pitch poorly. Really, outside of that first inning, was pretty good on the mound. The Sasquatch brought home 3 runs, all of them coming with 2 outs. You look back at that first inning, if he gets Seth Nelson or Kyle Finn or even Patrick Rakes before that 2-out rally gets too far out of hand, could be looking at a completely different ball game. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on the 9-hole hitter, who is 0 for 2. A double play and a flyout for Curiel Montijo. Fouls it off. For Harb, in college this past year, 24 strikeouts in 16 1/3 innings pitched. Already 1 strikeout in his 2 batters faced so far. Got Mike Monham looking, trying to work a 3 up, 3 down 8th inning. 2-2, upstairs, full count. Sitting in the mid-80s thanks to our fantastic baseball ops interns behind the scenes. Blake Bolin giving us the pitch data as he has all year long. Curiel Montijo will walk on the 3-2 pitch. So the lineup will now turn over, and Jackson Mix will be the first Zap batter to come to the plate for the 4th time, as he will face Nathan Harb. Zap with just 4 outs left at the plate. Try to mount a comeback here against the Sasquatch. Sasquatch will be home the next 2 days. So they'll take on the Sodbusters. This pitch is into right field. That's a base hit. Going to second and stopping there is Curiel Montijo. So Jackson Mix is aboard for the first time today. That's a base hit, and that is only the 4th hit of the game for the Oahe Zap. And now with 1st and 2nd and 2 away, Aiden Johnson will come up. As I was saying, the Sasquatch will be back here at the ballpark the next 2 days as they take on the Hastings Sodbusters. Both of those games are 6:05 starts here at the ballpark. If you don't have tickets, you can buy them on the Spearfish Sasquatch website. Of course, you can also watch those live streams right here on YouTube. 6:05 start will be live just before 6 if you want to catch our pregame. And of course, after this game is over as well, stick around for our postgame show. So I'll have hopefully a player join me up here in the booth and we'll talk about today's game. Perhaps it'll be the player of the game. Colin Anderson, perhaps. Lane Syme. Either way, stick around after this game's over. 2-1 is down and away. 3 balls and a strike for Johnson, and definitely don't want to give a walk here. Load the bases with 2 away, give the Zap some momentum, as waiting on deck is Leandro Guevara, one of the better hitters in this league, certainly in terms of average. His pitch is in the air to center field. Gastisha started back now. He's racing in, and he won't make the catch. It goes off his glove. An error out in center field by Braden Gastisha will allow the first Oahe run to score, as Curiel Montijo will score. Going from first to third is Jackson Mix, and reaching on the error is Aiden Johnson. And so the Zap finally on the board. An unearned run will go against Nathan Harb. So here's Guevara to the dish, trying to get the Zap back in this ball game. A gift of an error in center field. Guevara, a double in the 4th inning. He was retired his other 2 plate appearances. He's 1 for 3. In on the hands, looped into center field. Going to be a tough play. Gastisha makes the catch. This time he gets there in time, and Guevara is retired for the 3rd out. The Zap put up their first run, an unearned run in this top of the 8th inning. They still trail it by 5. Sasquatch bats coming back up, leading 6-1.
Health, orthopedics, and sports medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines to support our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to make an appointment. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. Monument Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you. Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is here when you need us. On the gridiron or the grill. For touchdown dancers. In the home team. For the extreme or the everyday. Feeling the burn or feeling the love. Monument Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine for everyday athletes like you. Watch out, she's still going.
So we get set for the top of the 8th inning. Let's check in on what's going on there. I believe the guy on the left, as I've been told, his name is Dart. And I think those are his chips that are done. He's working on ice. Is that all he's got left? Has this ever been done? I might be mistaken. I thought I heard that this has never been done before, but Dart right here, he's got a legitimate shot. If that's all he's got left, that's a small little cup of ice cream. Well, small comparatively. Hard to tell exactly the scale, but looks like he's going to have a shot to get this one done. He's got the bottom of the 8th inning and then the top of the 9th inning, assuming the Sasquatch hold on and win this one in 8.5, and we don't have to play the bottom of the 9th inning. But Dart is working through it. Uh-oh, is he slowing down? That was not a good sign there. The other 3 contestants don't really have much of a chance, I don't think, but we'll keep you updated with what's going on with Dart. So he's got just a cup of ice cream left to go. The crowd is cheering him on there along the first base side. Crowd is also cheering on another base hit off the bat of Seth Nelson, who continues to have good at-bats at the plate. It was after the first pitch here to begin this bottom half of the 8th, and singles into left center field. See if we can't see Dart is maybe about halfway through that cup of ice cream. He's slowing down, but he's got plenty of time. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning, nobody out. That's almost done right there. Kyle Finn takes ball 1. Well, I was talking about who we might have on as a player for our player of the game. I wouldn't be opposed if Dart wanted to join us up here in the booth. Maybe we can make that happen. Talk about his performance in the Squatch Dog Challenge. Check in on first. Seth Nelson's back in safely. Skinner back out on the mound. Potentially the last swings of the game here for the Sasquatch in this home half of the 8th as they lead it by 5. That's in there for a strike on Kyle Finn. Finn's reached base 2 of 4 times to the plate. He's 1 for 4 on the day. Oh, here we go. Is this it right here? This might be it. The cheers from the first base side. Dart has completed the Squatch Dog Challenge. Kyle Finn checks his swing, but what's more important right now is the Squatch Dog Challenge has been completed. Congratulations to that man. Well, you can't really see him anymore, but to that man right there, Dart gets the job done. He's a Squatch Dog winner, and I believe the first of his kind. Seth Nelson's caught in a pickoff now. He's in a rundown, going back to first, and he'll be tagged out. So Seth Nelson retired after he's picked off at first. So Kyle Finn now at the plate with 1 away in this bottom half of the 8th inning. I think he heard the news. Joey Chestnut was out of the race, and he thought, this is my opportunity. This is his opportunity to maybe make an opportunity in professional eating. Kyle Finn is going to reach on, well, it'll be a hit or an error. We'll give you what it is right now. On that ground ball to third. I think they're going to score it an error. So Kyle Finn will reach with 1 away. Patrick Rakes now bats here with 1 away, and Kyle Finn on first. That's upstairs, ball 1. Patrick Rakes an RBI double in the first inning. Strikeout, hit by pitch, and a ground out his other 3 plate appearances. He's reached base in 2 of 4 trips. This is lined right back up the middle. A screaming line drive off the bat of Patrick Rakes gives him his 2nd hit of the ball game. And the Sasquatch with another inning of 2 runners on base. Kyle Finn on second, Patrick Rakes on first, as the Sasquatch have put a runner on base every half inning to this point. Dylan Darnell will now bat. First pitch, a strike to Darnell. Pair of walks, a single, and a flyout for Darnell in this game. 0-1 the count here to the third baseman, the 6th hole hitter for the Sasquatch, as they're looking for some insurance runs here in this home half of the 8th. 1 ball and a strike. 1 run on 4 hits and 3 errors committed for the Oahe Zap. The 1 run unearned came in the top of the 8th inning. Sasquatch 6 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors. Both teams have used 3 pitchers in this 1-game series, if you can even call it a series. Just a 1-game contest between these 2 teams before they'll head their separate ways following this game. Sasquatch will stay right here. Zap will continue back on the bus. 1-2 the count to Darnell. Skinner's pitch is grounded to third. Going to be a tough play. They step on the bag for 1. Throw across the diamond in time. Nice play by Aiden Johnson at third base. We saw Dylan Darnell turn a 5-3 play double play, and now he gets retired on a 5-3 double play. His counterpart, Aiden Johnson, finishes off the 8th inning. The Sasquatch will leave a couple runners on. We're headed to the 9th, 3 outs away from the Sasquatch getting back to 500. Oahe Zap will look to mount a comeback when we return.
Are you guys ready to run? 3, 2, 1, go!
Getting set here for the top of the 9th inning. We're joined up in the booth here by Samson now as well, as we get a high five from Samson. And we're also joined up here in the booth by Dart Vikanov, who just completed the Squatch Dog Challenge, the first ever Squatch Dog Challenge that we have seen. Never been done before, and he got the job done, and he's joining us here up in the booth as we get a first pitch swing and miss to begin this 9th inning. It's Jacob Trustner, Blake Snabs, Alec Vincent, all going against Elijah Bobo. Well, first of all, Dart, why did you want to compete in this contest, first of all? Because I could tell you, I don't know, I'm talking with Steven and Blake, we would awfully struggle in this contest. What compelled you to put your body on the line?
Well, I've always been one to enjoy a challenge. It was my buddy's birthday today. We came to the game for his birthday, and he wanted to do that, so here we are. I had to outdo him. I know it's his birthday, but I'm not a quitter, and I got to make Spearfish proud.
We got a 3-pitch strikeout on Jacob Trustner to begin the 9th inning. It's the Sasquatch now 2 outs away from finishing off this win. Let's take us through this process. Okay, so you start off, you got what, is it 3 Squatch Dogs?
5 Squatch Dogs.
5 Squatch Dogs, chips, and then some ice cream on the back end, as if that isn't enough. What's the process like going through that? What are you feeling the first Squatch Dog in, second Squatch Dog in? How does that pain progress?
Well, before I even started, I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. I love hot dogs, love nachos, love ice cream. That's light work. You get there, that first Squatch Dog is brutal. You take that first couple bites, and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to eat 4 more of these. But, it's a process, and just can't give up. Just got to keep your head down. Don't listen to anything going on. Just focus in and just keep eating.
I got to ask you, not listening about anything that's going on, I assume Eric Schmidt. Wow, look at this. That's 2 strikeouts on 6 pitches for Elijah Bobo, the Zapper down to their final out. I assume Eric Schmidt told you probably before you started that nobody's ever completed it. Did that discourage you at all, or did you feel like I'm going to be the first?
I actually didn't hear that until midway through the challenge.
Okay.
They were saying that a lot of people have done it, but no one's ever completed it. And I was like, well, that's just the motivation I needed.
Well, there you go. It motivated you to finish off the challenge. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Sasquatch 1 out away. Alec Vincent, the last hope for the Zap. and he swings and misses on the first pitch from Elijah Bobo. Well, Dart, you'd never done any sort of eating contest like this before?
This is my third food challenge I've attempted, my second success.
There we go. Maybe a future on the horizon moving forward.
I think I might have to retire after this one. I think
you're gonna go out on top. I like that.
Bang, yep.
It's a good mentality. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Alec Vincent here, facing Elijah Bobo. That's inside. 2 balls and a strike. Well, Squatch dogs. Okay, for those of you for people that don't know, what is the Squatch dog? What are you eating in that Squatch dog?
Well, I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this, but I believe it's a 1/4-pound hot dog smothered in nacho cheese, bacon bits, and pulled pork.
Okay, so a 1/4-pound hot dog. Quick maths tells me that's 1 1/4 pounds
of just hot dog.
Hot dog.
And then you got the buns and all the toppings and all the chips.
That's a lot of food. I can see why nobody's ever done it before.
I didn't think I was going to make it, but here we are.
Well, you said, did I hear you correctly when you said you'd never been in so much pain?
That is correct,
okay,
yes.
Well, we're not trying to discourage you from trying it, but tread carefully if you are interested in trying the Squatch Dog Challenge. There's a success story right here, so you could be the second if you ever want to come out to the ballpark and throw your hand in that jackpot. Noah Wiggins now the last hope after a hit by pitch to Alec Vincent keeps the Zap alive. Sasquatch leading this one 6-1. And in case you're just joining us and have no clue what's going on, I'm up here with Dart, who just completed the Squatch Dog Challenge, which had never been done before. Did he tell you how many people had competed over the course of history?
They did not. They said a lot of people tried, just hadn't finished before.
Because I know I've talked with Eric a couple times about it, and I had always thought when he explained it, nobody's ever completed it before. I was like, well, that's because it's too hard. But clearly not. Got the job done. It just needed the right person to come along and have the right mentality. You touched on the mentality. Is there something that you're telling yourself while you're getting through it? Like you're in pain, but you're trying to push through it. What are you telling yourself? Like, is it, do you want to be the first one to do it? What's going on?
Well, like I said, I didn't know I was going to be the first one until halfway through the challenge. You know, I came here with my buddies, and we all started strong, but I saw them slowing down. That was my chance to overtake them. I love a little competition, especially friendly competition. So.
Okay, and how many of the guys are here with you today, celebrating the birthday?
2 more.
Okay, so all 3 of you competed.
Yep.
All right, so there we go. I thought maybe for a second that some of them hadn't done it, and then you were throwing your hand in there, and some guys weren't. All right. 2 on here as the Zapper trying to mount a little bit of a comeback. All here with 2 away. 8th hole hitter Mike Monum will now come to the plate. How is this your first Sasquatch game? How many games have you been out for?
This is my first of the year.
First of the year. Okay, and you've been in the past?
I have in the past. Not regularly, but I do enjoy a good Sasquatch game.
All righty. And it's your buddy's birthday today?
That's correct.
There we go. So Cade Bleeker also on the team celebrating a birthday. So congratulations to both of them. What's the shout out the name?
Clay.
Clay. Shout out Clay. Happy birthday to Clay. And congratulations to Dart for completing the Squatch Dog Challenge. 2 away. Top of the 9th. Sasquatch looking to close this one down. Elijah Bobo, a pair of strikeouts, hit by pitch, walk, have got the Zap threatening here in the 9th. It's Mike Monum, the last hope for the Zap. Behind in the count here, 0-1. Pitch from Bobo. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Is this your first time you've ever been on a broadcast with a headset on?
This is my first time.
Well, enjoying it so far?
It's a little nerve-wracking, but I am enjoying it.
Well, let's hope we can
get a view from up here.
Let's hope we can get a 3rd strikeout here and finish off this win. Let's see if Bobo can get the job done. 0-2. To Mike Monum, the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Green will throw to first to complete the play, and that'll do it. 3 strikeouts in the inning for the Sasquatch as they get the job done. 6-1 is the final. Colin Anderson, a great start. Sasquatch offense backs him up early and keeps them in it. 6-1 is the final. Fans, stick around for the GP Local post-game show where I'll hopefully have a player join me up here in the booth. But for now, Dart joining me up here in the booth. Congratulations on completing the Squatch Dog Challenge. Great to have you up here in the booth. I didn't think before this game started we'd be interviewing a Squatch Dog winner, but hey, you never know what's going to happen.
You never know.
Well, congratulations. Stick around for the GP Local post-game show. That's coming up in just a few moments. Stick around.
Bro. Be fucking real, man. Come on. Be fucking real, man. Come on.
Well, our landmark realty and development player of the game, Colin Anderson, joins us here on our GP Local postgame show. Colin, you got the start today, 5 strong innings on the mound in your first start of the season. Big key, it seemed like, for you was just pounding the zone, throwing a lot of strikes. How were you able to be so successful in that department?
I think just knowing that this team is 3-13 helped me calm down a little bit. They're not that great this season, so I just went out there and tried my best.
Well, and for the most part, avoiding the hard contact as well. You were able to command the zone, avoid those barrels. You have a pitch or something that was the go-to that was working well for you today?
I think sliders early in the zone, and then with 2 strikes, 1-2, 0-2 was change-up for me. That's what worked well.
Now carrying over as well after a bit of a slower start to the season, a couple early outings. Good outing last out of the bullpen in Fremont. Getting the start today. Is starting something you'd like to see hopefully moving forward the rest of the summer, or are you more comfortable or confident out of the bullpen?
I'm definitely more comfortable as a starter. I always have been, so that's where I like to. That's where I'd like to stay the rest of the summer.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Colin, for joining us here on the GP Local Postgame Show. Congratulations on a great game.
Thank you.
Well, that'll about do it here from Black Hills Energy Stadium. The Sasquatch come away with a 6-1 win over the Oahe Zap, and they'll look to carry this momentum now 500 on the season, an 8-8 record. They'll have 2 more home games coming up against the Hastings Sodbusters here on this homestand before they're back on the road. So for everybody here at Black Hills Energy Stadium making this work behind the scenes, for Javier Marcial and Dart, who both came up for in-game interviews, and of course Colin Anderson, who joined us as well, for Blake Bullen giving us the pitch data behind the scenes, for Stephen Hogenkamp, our video production intern, I'm Ari Wall. Thanks so much for joining us. Final score 6-1 Sasquatch.